I'm going to be live in a
Hello.
second as soon as... Hey, there we go.
Hello. Oh, and there. Welcome to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are.
Yes, we have quite a selection of things to go through. Oh,
So,
The Adventures of Batman is the Filmation Batman series from the Super Friends era.
I think I'll wait until after we're done streaming, so I don't end up busting my mic for this lot for the line I had suggested just to have Grimjow say regardless, because oh boy,
Finding
when
video. There we go. Shrink.
when practicing when
There we
like
go.
visualizing certain things, I can't help but to just like scream that line, Alex.
Oh, hang on.
You're gonna love it.
I have the last stream in here, not the current one. There we go. Now the PIP is updated. Where's Ben? Yeah, we got a hell of a show for y'all tonight.
Yep.
Hopefully gonna be getting Ben in here so that we can discuss some things, cause well, I'd like to have the whole cast here before we get on to certain topics. Just gonna be starting. I'm gonna start playing the game soon. I just need to shill this.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yep.
And by the way, the line line is the line is essentially a for like speaking line. And do you have any idea who I am? I am Grimjow Jagger Jackson. I am the king. Just imagine and me suddenly shouting that last part.
What is a king to a god?
And what is a god to a non-believer? Because Grimjow is a rebel.
Hang on, we're not allowed to talk about Kanye West anymore. Shut it down, shut it down.
Was
Yeah, Kanye West kind of went crazy.
there ever any doubt?
Well, I mean, he always was crazy, but now we
He's
just have
crazy. He's crazy for feeling so lonely.
he's insane in the membrane, and everybody knows it now,
Well,
for absolutely certain. There's no
I
doubt. There is.
I don't think that was ever in question.
Well, it was just the degree to which somebody was crazy. He was crazy that everybody wanted to hopefully never have to get proper confirmation on. League of Super Pets is down to $9.96 on DVD and Blu-ray, but the 4K is still
Second,
$26. Not fucking buying this film, guys.
a sec. I think.
Oh, hey, Sonic 2 on Blu-ray is $7.96, but I already have the 4K. You know what would have been nice? Paramount, is if you would have,
Here
you
we
know,
go.
let me buy them both in the same fucking package.
Sorry, I
Dumb motherfuckers.
for some reason I ended up. God. Yeah, so apparently because OBS is being dumb, I had to do I had to do a bunch of things to
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so yeah, for a while it was we were we were kind of quiet on my end, so god damn it me. You had to screw it up again, didn't you? You had one job, one goddamn job, and you mucked it up.
What did you do?
Uh, Someone didn't tell Jester why he's not allowed out in our things anymore.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Great, now we're gonna have to explain ourselves, Alex.
Well, I have a... Hang on. Um,
Here we
there
go.
we go.
Good. What's up?
Hey, Gizmo. Yeah, Ben is wondering if it's a glitch why why we're not allowing Jester to join us.
I demoted Jester to Fraction.
The
Oof.
glitch is called.
Anyways, yeah, we were just talking about, fuck.
Fucking okay. Well,
Okay, we were talking about Kanye West.
Oh,
Briefly.
for the same thing. He's
And
fucked anyway.
motherfucker went nuts.
I don't know, man. I think
Off on some black Hebrew Israelite shit.
You know what's funny though? I think what was it? Adidas that partnered up with Kanye.
Oh yeah, the guys who... Fuck, why is it so loud?
I think
The guy-
whoever partnered up with Kanye shouldn't have fired him because now that his
Well, yeah, they
own political
basically,
standpoint-
now I do understand why you'd say that, because they basically kind of, they played into exactly what he was saying was going on, but
Right. But not only that, though, I think now that his political and personal beliefs are out in the open for for everybody to hear and know about, I think if anything, this would have like heightened the sales, like gotten the sales like higher. Like think about it,
yeah,
like they
maybe.
now that Kanye has like these beliefs. Oh, he has the
Yeah.
same thing. He believes the same things I do. I'm gonna buy his shit. That kind of thing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Howdy,
I don't know.
everybody.
He believes in whatever's convenient for him.
Hi, everybody.
What?
I was saying hi.
Hello, Jester.
No, get out.
All right, then.
No, get out. I command you. I throw you. Oh no, not like pick you up. No, I'm talking like I'll pick you up from the belt. My other hand get you by the collar, like something out of Dan the Simpsons.
It'll be a lot more fun with
And a little throw.
Game Awards and shit.
Oh fuck that thing.
Yeah, the Game Awards happened, and
Alright.
whole lot of nobody gave a shit.
Look, Jester, we got a couple other things to discuss, and then we'll get to the Game Awards.
All right.
You're telling me that someone actually thought of putting Seafood in the list of fucking fighting games?
Yeah, someone in my server was kind of bitching about that. They're like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
It's not a fighting game though. Just because it doesn't not immediately define it a fighting game.
I'm just showing this, and then I gotta
let's ask the
close
question that
Chrome.
should be asked though. How much
Oh.
dick sucking is gonna happen behind the scenes to get some awards for their game?
All of it.
Lots.
Like that shit happened during what?
Keep
2020 when Last of Us 2 took every fucking award there was.
I was gonna say.
Neil Druckmann had to really get down on his knee, close his eyes, and open his mouth. He did it on instinct.
Never mind open his mouth.
Which
He
is
has
funny
to,
because Abby doesn't even have a penis, despite all appearances.
never mind opening his mouth. He has to spell R-U. He had to run 3 times.
By the way, in
Um,
case you're wondering what that specific thing was a reference to, there's a series of Dissidia Final Fantasy machinimas where Jecht basically has
damn it.
the oddly specific thing of telling anybody he comes across to, well, do that.
Fuck.
He also tries to trick people into doing it.
Are you Ian? Are you Ian? Are you Ian?
You know how he tried to trick X-Death into giving him a blowjob?
What the fuck?
He
Fuck
tried.
was that?
He was asking him, like, oh, you don't like meat? Okay, that's fine. And how about carrots? You like carrots? And you know who was the only cast member in that gate, rather in that machinima, that was more than willing to do it for free? It was Zidane. Let that sink
speaking
in.
of carrots, guess what M'Baku eats in the new Black Panther movie?
Didn't he say he was vegetarian?
Yeah,
Yes.
him and his
Isn't
tribe.
that kind of disrespectful to continue the Black Panther movie without Black Panther?
Oh well, we'll continue. We'll continue on with that once Ben
A
gets
lot
here.
of things that you can talk about that. Yeah, a lot. I'm hearing like, oh, okay, cool, he's gone.
And the thing I'm still trying to find that trainer with the Igar.
The thing with
Or
me about
unless
Black
they're in the Snag'em hideout.
The thing with me about the Black Panther Wakanda Forever though is well, I'm probably gonna say the same shit once the stream comes up. Well, but
We already started.
Oh, have
yeah.
we? Okay.
Yeah, we're already started.
Yeah,
I didn't know
so
that. Nothing was announced. You didn't announce or anything shit like
you know,
that.
the weird thing is, Gizmo, usually I'm the one to start bitching about the movies that I see, but then Alex ends up watching the movie via
Yarg, matey.
Via one of the mimetic songs in Lazy Town.
Were you about to call it Happy Town?
I don't know.
We are numero uno.
Well, anyways, well, I guess we ought to get this out of the way. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was hoping to have Ben here when we did this, but we've been going for quite a while, and we need to address this. This is,
Out of nowhere.
I didn't know. I didn't know there was anything wrong with him.
I didn't either.
And
Apparently, he's been like keeping his sickness low, like on the down low.
And the thing is like this was literally the year that I ended up finally getting to meet him, and finding out that he died just a few months after, I'm like, oh my god, what the hell, guys? Oh.
Then Gallagher died like later that day, I think.
Yeah, the comedian that was famous for the watermelon smashing. I mean,
yeah.
If it's to the point where you're known as that guy that smashes the watermelons, I think you've won the internet. If you're known for that one thing.
Oh, yeah, by the way,
I also didn't know that Kevin Conroy was gay.
Yeah, he was gay for a while.
I didn't know he was gay.
Yeah, he's been gay for a while.
Apparently in like apparently in the 1980s he got passed up for a role in a buddy cop show because of it. And then like a couple of years later he landed Batman the Animated Series, and it's like holy shit, the fucking they lit up, I think they lit up the Empire State Building with the bat symbol when his death was announced.
Did that happen?
I mean, you know, I saw the Empire State Building Twitter account post the bat signal on the Empire State Building when they said "Rip Kevin Conroy." So,
and the thing is like, this isn't just like sure, he may be known for only one role, but he didn't just,
he didn't hate the role. He actually loved it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't just like an average gig. Like this was like the career defining thing for Kevin Conroy.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
the man made it in himself known as, yeah, he's Batman. And kind of a big deal. He's the goddamn Batman. Granted, he never said that line, and I'm thankful he never did,
I
because
would have loved to hear him
God,
say
that
that
line.
line.
God, that line is so
imagine
bad.
an ass bar movie. Seriously.
Are you dense? Are you retarded or something? I'm the goddamn Batman.
I hate
I
that
would
line
have
so
loved to hear him say that.
The only reason
Dude.
the only reason I don't like that line is just because it's so
It's
out of
from
character.
Ass Bar.
Yes, it's so out of character, and Batman would never or say something like that.
Well,
That's
we
why it
already-
makes it so
Especially-
that's why it
Of
makes it
course
so
not.
funny though. It's like
Yes.
seeing Iron Man. It's like seeing Iron Man It's like seeing Iron Man give a lesson to the kids of not to touch alcohol until you're a certain age and not to drink too much. It's like hearing him. It's like hearing Iron Man say that shit about alcohol.
Hi,
It's like
I'm
you know
Tony
it's out of
Stark,
character.
and I'm here to teach you how great alcohol is.
Yeah, it's like hearing him like be against over drinking. It's like you know that's not in character, but it's funny as fuck.
Yes. And the thing is like, Tony is, well, you know that one YouTube channel that recently he's been putting out a lot of like if certain villains or heroes in some instances were charged with their crimes?
No.
Like, Alex, have you seen those videos?
Who are
never
they
even heard of them.
from?
Let me
Like you gotta remember, I don't go around looking for
I-
YouTube channels.
Well, I do, but I also like wind up watching a shitload of YouTube videos as a result, and I haven't heard of this really.
I just don't look for this kind of thing because I don't look for this kind of thing because I know there's gonna be some like very, very underwhelming sounding copycat or something like that.
The Disney villains ones were done by a user by the name of Fluteless, but the Pixar, Dreamcast, Illumination, and recently
DreamWorks, you mean?
Yeah, DreamWorks. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, so you're saying he
DreamWorks-
did the same thing with the DreamWorks villains?
No, this is we're done by Mosate. Hey, that's who did the that's who did the stuff for the ones that aren't the Disney villains. His recent one was part 2 of the Marvel villains, and the first one he puts out is Tony Stank, which his crime was saying shit, which got him a 5-minute timeout. That was all he was charged with. To which I'm like, yeah, that makes sense considering you can't really charge Tony for anything else because most of the stuff he does is he's within legal rights to do.
Like
Not him, well, Iron Man.
You do realize that he outed himself as Iron Man after
I
the
get
first
that,
Iron Man
but
movie.
if you paid attention to like the fine print, his alter ego is supposed to be another person. So that's why they're not charging Tony Stark, because Iron Man is responsible for most of those. It's sort of like how when there was a lawsuit against the Daily Bugle, they didn't say, "Oh, bring in Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man." They said, "Bring in Spider-Man," and then they're like, "Oh, bring in Peter Parker." So
yeah,
they
but
got.
this is like we're talking MCU, Tony.
I know that, but that's pretty much similar, because in the MCU, if you notice in the first Iron Man movie, they said that Tony Stark is not worthy of being part of the Avengers, but Iron Man is.
Second.
Practically, yeah. Oh, so it was the second. It was the second movie. Okay.
Yeah, it was literally the second Iron Man movie.
Yeah, but you got to remember that though. They had a loophole. Like, okay, yeah, Tony Stark, he can't step foot on Shield property, but Iron Man, yeah, he can come by. That's the
Oh,
loophole.
oh, Ben's here.
Hi, Ben.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Freezing. I just came back from walking my dogs.
In
Damn.
case, and Ben, in case you were wondering why Jester was not to be in our voice chat, it was due to the fact that, well, there was an incident
ass.
that happened.
I beat his
in a-
ass. I threw him.
Not really
I
helping.
know about that, but he was in here earlier before I left.
No,
Yeah.
I timed him out. I
Ow.
removed his permissions and timed him out because I don't dislike the guy, but he is impossible to keep on subject. You know?
Yeah.
And like
It's
What?
impossible for him to look at the other side of the window. If you know what I
Okay.
mean.
Okay, Gizmo. Oh, do you have a link to your stream? Or did you
Uh,
stop
I'm not.
streaming?
I'm not streaming right now. I wasn't able to get it up and running properly. Frames kept dropping every 2 minutes.
Okay, that's fair. So, and
Like
the thing
literally every 2 minutes.
by the way, I'm sure you might have noticed that I nicknamed my currently Feraligator Dundee. Take a wild guess why.
because
No.
that's not a knife.
That's a knife.
This is a knife.
Yeah, we were talking about rest in peace Kevin Conroy, and
Yeah.
Kanye West is fucking insane.
Of course.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
Got no brain. Let's for a moment give a moment of silence for Batman Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, and we
May he rest.
yes. Alrighty.
Yep, there you go.
Now that the moment of silence is done, Kevin, fuck you for spoiling the next time for me.
Oh no, I acted in character and spoiled
No,
an
you
event.
don't
Spoiled
do
a-
that.
But
No.
it's a meaningless
you-
spoiler.
No,
It really-
I
I
like being
it's not
surprised
like
by
I-
the next time.
It's not like I'm spoiling the outcome of the fight, which everyone saw coming a mile away. Literally,
I mean,
ask.
no, I feel like both are just as bad because I like being surprised by the next time. You don't spoil that shit.
Speaking of fight, that death battle though.
That was really good, I'll admit.
It's all right.
I loved it.
You fuckers.
I was
Well-
actually surprised considering Warcraft had like a bunch of lore people could easily follow more easily than Lord of the Rings because books are fucking long.
Well, actually, Gizmo, the books are reasonably short.
They're only
Silmarillion.
like 600 pages long.
The
300.
Silmarillion.
Alex, the Lord of the Rings books are 300 to 400 pages long.
I was kidding. They're
The
too
Kevin
short.
chat is
Short
muted,
man
but
bad.
yeah, let's talk
Short man
about
bad.
next time. Let's talk about next time.
Yeah,
Next death
Izu-
battle, you mean?
Izuku Midoriya versus Asta from Black Clover.
Yeah,
Tucker's
I
gonna
only
get stomped.
I don't know anything about Black Clover except that
Basically,
Asta
Asta.
can't shut the fuck up.
Well, aside from him sounding like a car engine in the Japanese version, thankfully the dub is more
Kickstep,
bearable.
Give it a shot.
Well, here's the thing, Alex. The English version of Asta is actually much more bearable to listen to.
I can imagine.
Also, it's also stomp in favor of the Black Clover dude.
Okay,
I will say,
and
I will.
and the issue with that is the fact that Asta doesn't really have much other than a big sword swingy thing.
No, he also has anti-magic and a few
Yep.
other things as
The
well.
anti-magic is actually a really interesting aspect of the
So,
character.
Yeah, but here's the
explain
thing:
to me how
Deku does.
Black Clover works, because I
But the
got
funny
an
thing
idea.
is, the anti-magic isn't gonna do shit against fucking against Deku.
It
Yeah,
really is.
it only works against magic users, and it won't do really jack shit. The advantage he does have is terms of raw power and speed, which Deku
Give
can
me
very
give me
with.
the
Deku
give
could
me
easily match that, though.
give me the
Yeah.
basics
I
on
don't
how
think
the
Deku's faster than Light Plus or Continental level. I mean, he might be Continental level, but I don't think so.
hold on though. Give me the basics on how the world of Black Clover works, because I got the gist of how My Hero Academia works so far.
I can't. I don't know how to. I don't know how to explain it. Someone else here would have to.
Okay, so basically, imagine in so essentially everybody gets their own tome, um, and they use that to concentrate magic, and usually, the luckiest user will have the 4-leaf clover, which is Oh, but Asta got the a 5-leaf clover, which has anti magic. Like basically, Asta gives a big old middle finger to everyone who uses magic.
Excuse me.
I can't take it
The
out with
funny
his
thing is,
massive
IRL a 5-leaf clover is incredibly bad luck because that means that there's some kind of toxic material around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is like there's also a demon inside out of that tome, which essentially it also boosts Asta's power, which I'm like, oh wow, as if the Naruto comparisons weren't egregious enough. Like seriously,
Well,
this is kind of why I didn't bother with continuing Black Clover beyond episode 8, because I'm like, yeah, this is dumb.
Black Clover in the manga actually gets really good because it's a hell of a lot faster paced.
Well, faster paced at the beginning because Studio Puro didn't seem to understand what should be faster. Alex. Because later on in the anime, it does get faster, but the problem is it gets faster in moments that should have been slower paced. Like, for example, when Asta is like contemplating if he should give up after he finds out that his arms may be rendered useless unless there's something going on that'll help him on his road to recovery. Like, he gives like a somber expression as he looks on, and it's decently paced in the manga, but in the anime, for whatever reason, and it's just like, should I give up? Hell no! And that's it.
Well, before we get into the main event of Wakanda Forever, let's talk about how Ash Ketchum finally won a fucking Pokemon tournament.
Actually,
this is the second time.
Oh,
Yeah,
second time. Oh, so he won it again. I was confused because this made big news last time.
Well, it was big news because that was literally his first time ever winning it, like an official.
Yeah,
tournament.
and here's the thing: this is him literally winning literally becoming the very best, like no one ever was.
Considering he got a Pikachu to fucking headbutt a Charizard into unconsciousness.
Yeah.
That's like using a sling against a goddamn aircraft carrier and winning.
Basically, David versus Goliath.
No, that would assume that I said giants. At least that's anyone can see it's possible for one or more men to defeat the guy. No, I'm like a legit aircraft carrier, considering he fought a fucking dragon. And he's got what, a little electric mousetrap mouthpiece?
And the thing is, a lot of people were hoping he'd win a Pokemon League by the time X and Y was the thing. But by the time it actually happened in Sun and Moon, it was just like, really? This was what he won? Okay. Whatever you say, guys.
But when's Ash Ketchum going to be in Death Battle, guys? Come on now.
His Pikachu already was, and it took a massive L to Blanca.
Yeah, I hated that episode.
That one.
That
The
was a
only
funny
reason-
How
one.
does a guy who has gained electricity powers from electric eels, which, by the way, do not generate as much volts of electricity as a Pikachu,
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
who beat and not only defeat but also eat Pikachu?
Because he was hungrier.
Well, the eat thing, I think that was just play for humor. But
Yeah.
Hey Ben,
honestly, I did not
Ben,
like
when we get
I
hey
think we
Ben, I
should just get
know
to the
that
episode when
we
get to it.
hey Ben, I know that we normally don't show off the next time preview who's in our Death Battle reacts, but for
Yeah, we had to do it for that episode.
yeah,
I
for
agree.
Pikachu versus Blanca, we have to do it. And
Yeah,
for
the
that,
only
just,
reason-
Yes, it's their all-time best.
just
Yeah,
because even though Alex and I both have our grievances with the analysis on Goku versus Superman, that was fucking hype.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was.
I
Alex, you
fucking
gotta
love that
admit that was
episode.
hype.
Yeah.
The
We
fact
should
they were
actually-
actually going to go through with Goku versus Superman.
And
Well,
then made it their magnum opus.
they had to delay it though because of some technical
They
difficulties. Though
delayed it a lot of times. They delayed it like 5 times, and it came out amazing. It was originally,
Still
I think
the
the
worst
fight was.
episode
I
they've
think
ever made.
no.
yes,
That-
one of the best.
Oh yes. Oh, I thought you said. I thought Alex said worst.
I did. You
Oh,
didn't
hell
listen.
no,
no.
you're wrong.
I throw you.
Alex is
I'm-
Alex
I'm
is
s-
earning
I'm
L's.
so wrong. I loop around back to being right again.
No, that's not how it works.
Anyways,
of-
Mick Gordon.
No,
Mick Gordon.
you're deflecting on this. We're not.
Speaking
We're not.
of
We're
Death
not
Battle,
letting this
though,
go.
Master of Doom.
Speaking
No,
of
we're
Death
not
Battle,
letting this go. We're not letting this go, Alex. You
no,
can't
hold up
run.
though. Speaking of Death
Well-
Battle, I wasn't able to make it to the rest of the reactions. So what happened after?
Let me
I don't
double
know.
check for you.
What
I have
happened
a
after
list.
You're
Mick-
gonna
I
have to
a
go watch
list.
the video.
He
No,
said
hang on,
that
I'll get it for it.
I was
no, like
he was
the
wondering what
reaction.
happened. He was wondering what Death Battle we did after Godzilla, or rather Kiryu
Godzilla
versus
Dragon
versus-
Zord.
Fuck, I
Yeah.
don't have the list. Damn it. What did we do?
Alex.
Let me
You
look.
have the video file. You'll have to check that.
yeah, I will. I don't remember what.
Yeah, I had to dip because I made plans with a
I have
couple.
my
with a
tier
family
list up.
members.
Hang on, let me see. Did you want? You were with us during Samurai Jack, right?
No, you did that? Is that
Oh,
what
yes,
happened?
we did
so
that.
we did Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai, and that was the last one we did that night.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that-
sorry.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
I bet it
One
was
of our best. What else did we do? I'm looking for the list here. You did
I
Mega
know-
Man Battle Royale. I don't know if you were here for that.
No, Mega Man Battle Royale was our
Oh.
last one.
You did that
Oh,
too?
yeah.
Oh, I missed
Yeah.
out on that. I love that one.
That was a great one. That was great. I'll show you. I'm gonna stream the placements we did. And maybe you'll notice some ones that we did potentially. There is it. There it is. This is our current tier list
Let's
of
see here.
sorts.
Let me see here.
So let's see. We have. Let me just looking through this real quick.
A worthy. I would have put the Mega Man Battle Royale right above Lex versus Doom.
I don't know.
I think it's time for a death battle when it came to that episode. Dragon Zord and the
That's
pretty
fair.
damn good. You know what? That's fair. I think it's because I have like I think it's because I had like a very, very biased view on like the camera work, how they made like the punches and shit feel way
Yeah,
very
yeah.
weighty.
It was good, but it had some issues that we couldn't look past, like the oomph it lacked, and some other
We're
weird
giving
stuff.
away
That's
spoilers
awesome.
for next week's video, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, most people are gonna watch these videos, not this stream.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
sad state of affairs, but it is what it is.
If I
At
had,
the
but
very
if
least,
I
it's
had,
been doing well.
but if I
By
had
the
to put,
By the
Oh, yeah,
way,
that's our- yeah.
where'd you put Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai?
Oh,
You
it's
put it
time
at
for
the
Death Battle.
very. It's yeah,
Oh, it's
right
up there,
in the,
okay.
It's in top 2. In the top 2. It deserves that rank.
still behind.
I put it. You know what? Yeah, that's actually fair. That's why I put it too.
Yeah, and then Goku for Superman's going to beat this one. Obviously, it's going to get past Chuck.
No.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Like I
It will.
said, we will get to that when that comes up on the wheel.
I can't wait for us to get to fucking Ben 10 versus Hal Jordan.
Oh, that one
Huh?
sucks.
Thanks for the tip.
That's
gonna be-
stupid.
Dude, I would still put the Battle Royale of Mega Man right up top,
That
right
episode
above.
that episode only sucks because its death sucked and they couldn't fucking explain why Hal won, even though they had it in the fucking boxes. Why was the most important information in the boxes?
I think that's when they started doing
And not only that, and it's like it makes no sense. Like if Alien
It
X,
doesn't.
if Alien X saw Hal trying to go back in time, it would follow him.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then, like they tried
And
to argue in one of the
Alien-
boxes that Hal can time travel faster, and while that's true, that doesn't
No.
matter. It doesn't.
time travel faster. Say
Oh
that
no,
out
no,
loud
no!
again.
I miss. Hal Jordan was like 200, 300 times faster.
But time
Then
travel
Alien X.
faster. Does he also see faster?
Captain
We're
America
never-
can see faster.
God damn it!
You know,
Why
that's
is that
good
a
question.
thing?
Can Hal Jordan see faster?
Ugh.
He probably can, because then he goes like beyond.
I
Like,
get
speed
what they're
run,
trying
he's
to say, but just the wording of it is hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
We should
issue
put
with the
Captain
episode,
America
because, like,
and
he said-
Deathstroke in a staring contest.
Yes.
and
The issue,
he,
the issue with the Hal Jordan one is that it's one of two things. One, it's the death, which just respects both characters in one swing, and again, it's the results because they have all the important information in the tiny little box that's in the corner, and that pisses me off. That pisses me off. I'll rant about it when we get to it, but
so to catch up after Mechagodzilla versus Dragon Zord, you reacted to Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai, and then the Mega Man Battle Royale. Anything after that?
I
No.
think that's it.
Okay, cool. So I'm all caught up.
Yeah. Sorry you missed some of the better episodes, though.
I really like the last two you mentioned, man. Especially the
Yeah, those two
Battle
are really
Royale.
good. Mega Man
I
Battle
miss
Royale just slightly misses the mark because of the weird usage of non-canon material. I mean, the result
Yeah, that's-
stays the same,
Yeah,
but you know,
I doubt it would stay
I think it
stay
will.
all
Stay the same
completely the
regardless.
same. I doubt it would stay the same, but I understand why you would say that. I'm just like,
Yeah, that's fair. It's opinion stuff, but yeah, it's you know.
Well, anyway, now I gotta go fight.
Still a great episode, and even they respected Voltnut, which I had to give them extra points to.
Oh yeah, the fact that they didn't put him in there at all.
Yeah,
Voltnut-
I mean, it's not that they disrespected him in the episode; it's that he was so weak they did stand a chance, so they did throw him a few bones.
Yeah, still, it would have at least been nice to see him at least try and change weapons during a fight, because you know his weapons aren't like automatic. He has to switch them out manually.
And the
Like,
funniest thing about that is because of that, Mega Man EXE, while he could turn off everyone else's abilities, he can't do the same to Voltnut, which is so funny.
Yeah,
I love that.
because he's literally old school compared to the other robots.
A weird thing weird thing I kind of want to bring up that's a little bit that's getting onto the game that I'm playing. So my Feraligatr has a bit of an odd stat distribution, at least in my opinion. Or it's like its special attack is relatively similar to its physical attack, which shouldn't really be a thing due to the fact that the Feraligator's physical attack easily dwarfs its special, which kind of hindered it. And when it came to getting stab, same time attack bonus.
Sonic got a Super Emerald.
By the
Wow,
way,
I haven't heard about Super Emeralds in years.
welcome to our stream.
Oh yeah, there's something I want to talk about. So the new Death Battle episode that was announced, it pissed a lot of people off, and they started harassing the staff of Death Battle.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck you guys doing that. You don't do that shit. So
Yeah, I'm associated with guys who are gonna harass the crew, not just for a result, not just for like a death battle result,
Just for
but
the
for
concept of a matchup.
yeah, just for
Actually,
the
that also
Dude,
leads into something I want to say. Hey, somebody at IGN gave the new God of War. I think it was God of War. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok got like a
Ragnarok.
6 out of 10, and people started.
What?
Yeah, and people were like harassing the writer or who gave
So
that
fucking
score, and it's like
okay,
so fucking stupid. Like, oh,
okay.
I'm
somebody
gonna-
gave it less than a
ponies.
10. It's the end of the fucking world. Fuck
Look,
you,
I'm gonna
so
admit,
fanboys.
I might have to say something. I can admit that IGN are full of dumbasses, like dumbasses, idiots, and outright brain dead morons. But to outright
Absolute
go,
brainlets, I think you'll
but
find.
to
Yeah.
but to outright harass them because of the score, not criticize them, harass them. Like, did these guys like send death threats and like dox these guys or what?
I think it was death threats, but
Yeah, that's
Death
bad,
threats,
man.
yeah.
You don't
everybody
do
on the
that.
internet gets those. I've gotten
Yeah, but you
those
don't
by
do that,
people.
man. Just because
Oh yeah,
look,
obviously.
yeah. Let's
just
say
saying,
I
it's
were
like-
to, let's say I were to review, say, a GoldenEye HD remake compilation of whatever the fuck, and I say, yeah, this is a 7. Do you really think that's worth giving me death threats, doxing me, like sending pizzas to my house and shit like
No.
that?
Although
Yeah,
I will take
no.
the fucking
This-
pizzas.
We'll take the yeah, I'll
I-
take the pizzas. But the thing is, they know my address. Why would you risk scaring me half to death? My parents, my siblings, or whoever's at the house half to death, just because I gave a video game a certain score. Now, granted, I might have given a stupid reason, or maybe I gave
Oh
it
yeah,
a
no,
good
IGN
reason.
is infamous for really.
Yeah,
picking
IGN
reasons.
is God hand.
Too much water.
Yeah, literally, the too much water thing is a thing that they actually said.
God hand.
Yeah.
I think like we can all agree that what they gave God hand
Somebody
was
at
retarded.
IGN gave Twilight Princess an 8 out of 10, and it's like
I
that-
thought
that
the
is-
IGN score was 10 out of 10 for that game.
the original IGN score was an 8 out of 10. That's where
If
the
you
That's
give
term,
any Zelda,
weird.
yeah, that's
any
where the
Zelda
term
game
8
is-
out of 10 came from.
any Zelda game that's given an 8 or above, that's already a good sign that the Zelda game was a good game. The fact that
Yeah,
you're
it
bitching
was
that
a
they gave-
really good game.
the fact that
I mean,
they're
no, I
bitching because
understand.
they gave it an 8.
But like, I understand, and like an 8 out of 10 is not a bad score, but IGN, and like every time they come up with a review that has like a comically middling to low score for something like that, it's just hilarious.
Yeah,
They always have the stupidest reasoning.
let's not forget that
Also,
the
What is the reasoning
Damn it!
why they gave it an 8 out of 10?
Oh, they took it down and put it back. You'd have to look on the TV tropes to actually get the.
Okay.
Oh, let's not forget that they would usually give like every first-person shooter, no matter how mediocre it is, the highest score possible as
I
Oh,
remember
that.
I remember they gave-
compared to
they
like
gave,
certain
Battlefield
RPGs and fighting
3
games.
an unreasonably inflated score. That game was awful. That game.
Here's the thing, though.
was a
If the
slightly
company
on
pays
wider
you to
rail
make it,
shooter.
I mean, they did pay for that school score, so fair is
Ow!
fair.
Ow! Knuckles, you asshole! I don't have any rings. Why am I not dead?
Oh.
Oh
no. Oh no. Oh no.
Wait.
Okay, so-
Oh no.
Alex,
Okay, hang on.
how are you losing
Oh.
to Knuckles?
Oh no.
No, he.
Oh, no.
He punched a boulder
Oh,
in
no.
my face.
Oh no.
Ah.
Oh no.
This is
Oh,
a
no.
scripted sequence.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no. Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Give it
Oh,
your
no.
best.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh no.
Oh,
By the
no.
way, Gizmo,
Oh,
next
no.
race
Oh
is
no.
the next week is the continuation of our Sonic Adventure 2 race. So
Oh, I can't wait for Donkey Kong versus Knuckles. That's a classic.
That's gonna be hilarious to watch.
Did-
Especially,
Oh no.
especially
Wait,
since they
didn't
added the oh no every time he got hit.
wait, didn't that already happen?
The reaction, no. The battle, yes.
Oh
Yes.
God. I I swear, we're just gonna be like, take a shot every time he says, "Oh no."
I got vodka. I got
we won't be. No,
bourbon.
if we take a shot every time he says that, one of us will die.
I got schnapps.
I have Compound V and Red Ooze.
You mean the? You mean
Why
I will
would
be
you get
s-
the red news now?
Huh?
So,
Okay, hang on. I want to talk about
I got the
something.
Red Ooze because it was
All right.
cheap on Amazon.
Fair. Also, so because the harassment the Death Ball team was getting over the matchup, they addressed a few questions, or at least one of the researchers, a part of the team, addressed a few questions why they picked Deku versus the other guy. I can't say the name.
Asta.
Asuka, yes. So the first question was why this one, and they said it was the most thematic of Deku's options. People asked for it at the time as a popular alt during the time we were discussing season 9 matchups. We did it because people asked. Despite what people say, it was asked for. People were bemoaning on as an editability, and most didn't seem to actually want it. Well, we stand corrected apparently. The second question was why they decided to do it during My Hero's last arc. And they said matchups are decided way, way, way in advance. We knew My Hero was nearing its final arc, but wasn't sure how long it was going to take. It
Fair.
could have been a fourth great ninja war situation for all we knew.
Oh, God,
Way too
God, I-
fucking
Fair.
long.
That's
God,
fair
Yeah,
so
that's-
far.
That's
hate
fair.
that
That's
arc.
a fair.
That's the arc that
Yeah,
made me
that's-
fucking stop reading Naruto.
Oof. So they continue saying they were still unsure if there was even going to be a post-series time skip or not. There was no sense in waiting around. Hindsight is 2020, but it's fine. We'll fight regardless. So the third question, he says, because in its final arc, because being in its final arc was announced fairly recently. Again, we're not psychics. Certainly not while we were making it. Number 4, he asked why they didn't do the more requested Deku matchups that are potentially more requested. He said, the quote-unquote most requested isn't what always happens. SpongeBob versus Super Friends Aquaman should have made that clear. Which is also fair.
Fair. Yeah.
There's
the
a bit,
fuck?
there's another... Okay, here's the other one.
Why can't I go into the fucking... Whatever.
Bless you.
They were also, there's another one they asked, bless you. They were also asked, can
Thank you.
Asta even fight someone without magic? And they just said yes, without any explanation. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, Asta
they put
could
the-
probably
they-
put up. Yeah, Asta and Deku would probably have a more even matchup than most people would give credit for. But the thing
I
is,
think
is
so
that,
too, but
the thing is that, even though Asta is like uber powerful, here's the thing. Unlike some of his earlier contemporaries, he's not exactly the strategist. Like
yeah,
Ben.
Deku is a lot. Deku
Like
is
that-
a lot smarter. That's the
Yeah,
advantage he has.
Deku is
And
a lot
another-
smarter, and he's able to think on the fly. Whereas
And
Asta,
another-
just unlike, like, say, Luffy or Ichigo or Naruto. Oh, he
Goku.
or Goku. He doesn't
Yeah.
think. He just goes in there, or guns
Yeah.
a-blazing.
Goku
And
did
Deku has
think
been
his
shown.
way out of a lot of-
Deku has been shown to be very observant and can make a plan on the fly after like only a minute or two. And another advantage he has that you didn't mention was that he can take fucking pain. Like this
Yeah.
man ran on 2 broken legs. 2.
Midoriya? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Midoriya
ran
is
on 2 shattered legs and
He's
was
a
still
bad.
kicking and fighting. He can take pain like a fucking man. It's kind
Yeah,
of
and people
Yeah,
and
but
people
at the same
only
time, there's a reason why he's holding himself back by literal like limiting it by like how much energy he can use in his fingers. If that
Yeah,
that
that-
observation is
yeah,
correct.
at first it was his fingers, but then he eventually was able to figure out a method that made sense for him, which was the full cowling thing he learned in the second half of season 2. And then eventually he garnered his own shoot style, which is based off of shoot boxing, and where he primarily focused on his legs as opposed to, and his arms would be like a secondary method. And he eventually ends up incorporating a flicking of his fingers as though to blast air-based projectiles. And he then ends up, eventually this ends up escalating to where he gets to where Izuku ends up garnering the abilities of the other users for One for All, which gives him Black Whip. It gives him Danger Sense. Basically, he garners Spider Sense. I'm not kidding. And he has
Hang
he
on.
has the ability.
My All Might
He-
sense is tingling.
Yes, and Alex, you should know this since you've read that far into the manga. You've seen the
Yeah,
villain
that was-
hunt arc.
Yeah, that was great.
But another what was I gonna say? Another thing that's worth noting is what Death Battle's probably going to do. They're going to calculate, similar to what they did with All Might back in the season 7 finale. They're out trying to calculate how powerful Deku is at what his peak could be,
And
even
here's
if
the
we
thing-
don't see it. And
here's
that's
the
going
thing,
to give
Ben,
him a
he
huge
could-
advantage.
And here's the thing, Ben. Deku is by definition more powerful than All Might due to how much escalation works with
Yep.
One for All.
And he didn't get
So-
an injury that held him back.
Yeah, and then of course he finds a way to use 100% without needing to go 100%, which is one of the quirks given to him by the previous users of One for All.
Mhm.
So in essence, he can go 100% without going 100%.
Pretty much. And another thing worth noting is that he technically went beyond that with thanks to the girl, but they're probably going to use that for him
Airy.
and argue that that's Deku at his peak, or at least part of it.
Yeah,
You know the one.
yeah, I
Super
know.
Saiyan Blue
And
Deku.
this is to go even further beyond.
But the one thing worth noting is the other
Detroit
guy. He does also.
Smash!
He does have his own advantages. He's a lot stronger. He's potentially a lot faster, but that doesn't mean he wins.
Yeah,
It's just going to be a tough matchup.
yeah. Asta may be able to throw Deku off for like a loop. Deku for a loop in some instances, but he might not be winning this fight. Considering
We'll
the
see.
fact
think-
that it's like you're pitting a guy who is just as determined but even smarter than you into this battle, and
Also, this is kind of rare for Death Battle to do, but there have been times where they explained how the energy from this universe is extremely similar to the energy of this universe because of them following certain, sort of the similar principles and that kind of thing. So, for all we know, they might pull something here where it's like, oh, magic.
They will.
Yeah, the magic is sort of similar to how quirks work in this universe.
Oh,
so there's the question, yada yada
Oh
yada.
my god! If they do that, Asta wins because he'll be able to use his anti-magic on Deku.
that's stupid.
I'm just saying it's
I mean,
a
well,
possibility. It's
I
rare
don't
for that
know.
they do. It's
I
rare that
think-
it
I
happens,
think
but I'm
that-
just saying
I
it's a
don't-
possibility.
Here's the thing, though, because magic is very much vastly different, and I don't think there's evidence to suggest that quirks would work the same way. If anything, they're probably going to explain why anti-magic can't work on Deku.
Yes.
I mean, we'll
if they
see.
go with the anti-magic on Deku, that's gonna.
Well, that's gonna be
guys
very,
are gonna
very
piss
murky.
Everyone off.
forever.
That's got hurt them. It won't. I mean, it'll be like. It would be as bad as Aizen versus Madara.
Oh boy, here we go again.
It'd be worse than that.
Yeah,
Anyways,
because that's unless here's the thing: if they can show evidence that the quirks do have like a similar or same energy as the magic in Black Clover, then okay. But I don't think there's anything like that. So
There really isn't. I've
Yeah.
read all of My Hero Academia. There is not.
yeah, because they wouldn't make the argument unless they had like some kind of
Let's
evidence
talk
or
about
connection.
Doom now.
Oh yeah,
no,
you-
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no, 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 no,
okay,
no,
we
no.
can talk about
That
that.
the soundtrack album, back when Doom Eternal came out, a bunch of people pointed out that the soundtrack album for Doom Eternal was not
Bullshit.
nearly as well mastered as the soundtrack album for Doom 4.
Okay.
And, well, it turns out that the line that we were given about Mick Gordon, like, running out of time and not being able to do it so somebody else had to was bullshit. And, Bethesda was rushing the game along the way, and not giving Mick enough time to get his fucking score done. And
The fuck?
among the many other things that went wrong, the many other things that went wrong, they were asking him for music before any levels were even finished. They gave
What
him
the fuck?
Why?
the game was 2 years out. They wanted him to give them a whole bunch of music for the game before it was remotely done. They insisted that he get like 2 finished levels worth of music done a month. And once it was pointed out that the game had, like, when the game actually went into production, and there were like things missing, and he pointed out, look, there was a bunch of stuff missing here, guys. And it's like, you guys asked for like 30 seconds of level exploration, but these levels take like an hour to explore. We need more music. And they're like, okay, hey, take it from the runtime of the rest of the level. I was like, you sure that's gonna sound like shit? It was like, yeah, do it. Then they gave him,
Do it again.
then they gave him like, I think it was like less than a month to finish up the soundtrack album. I mean, even though they announced it, they announced the soundtrack album before they actually had him contracted to finish the fucking album, to even make the album. And they were taking pre-orders for it.
Wow, that sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you think you could finish an entire soundtrack for a bunch of video game levels in a month?
Anyway,
That
I'm
doesn't
in
work
the
that way.
It was 2 levels worth of music a month, and it was gonna be doable if they'd have actually had any kind of finished material for him. And the game was so bugged at early stages that they couldn't do that. They didn't have enough
Oh my God.
gameplay footage, and it was too rough. And then, they kept telling Mick to scrap the music and start over. And then they wound up using every bit of music, every bit of raw, rejected material, every bit of like sketch up stuff that he put together, for everything. Like finished tracks, unfinished tracks, demos.
That's, I mean,
Everything made it into the game, and he wasn't paid for well over half of it. And it was a
Jesus
struggle
Christ.
to get paid for the amount that he did. And it's like, this guy is trying to fucking pay rent and keep his food on his family's table, and they're not paying him. And then
That's
they
stubby,
like
man.
go out and slander him and say that he's responsible for the music being all fucked up on the soundtrack album, even though he delivered the fucking music for the soundtrack album and they rejected it.
That's dumb.
Technically,
That's
they would have been
really
right
dumb.
if not for their own interference of him making the music and for like a very, very limited deadline.
All they had to do was give him what he asked for, and what he asked for was not unreasonable.
Or time.
Well, what? He didn't even need more time. All they needed to do was sign the fucking contract when he asked them to. It was like, hey, you guys are doing this. I'm not contracted to make this, but you're putting my name out there. Can I, like, have some kind of, contract so that we can get this done and maybe get this done soon? And it was like, nah. To quote the Critical Drinker, nah, it'll be fine.
I genuinely hope he sues.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And they tried to pay him like 600 grand to shut the fuck up.
600 grand for
take-
Doom.
Yeah, and take
Fuck
and
off.
take all of the blame.
Jesus.
Bruh, it's Doom. You know that game's gonna make money. Pay him more. Pay him royalties, man.
Oh yeah. Oh well, he should be getting paid fucking royalties for this shit, but
Christ, this is a
this
fucking
and
mess.
they drug his name through the fucking mud over this. And it's like, Ben, did you wind up reading the full thing?
A while ago, but I haven't read it as of late.
Yeah, I reread it last night and I was like, oh, I was just reading the whole thing, and it's like, oh dear God, what the
It's
fuck?
a nightmare.
Anyways, I guess we need to move on to something else.
Next
We gotta
topic.
talk
Yeah,
about-
no, I'll go. I'll start the next topic. I'll start it. Let me
Yeah,
just
you get
grab
to talk
the
about
thing
the next
I had.
topic before we talk about Black Panther 2. Because that's gonna be another
Oh.
that's gonna be another me thing.
All right,
And
we'll
it's
do that
also-
next. Since we don't have, we'll do that next. Since we don't have that much topics
Okay,
today.
Gizmo,
So,
did
Yeah.
you
oh, we have
did
two
you
more
see
left.
Black
Let's finish
Panther
those
2?
up.
Yeah, I did. That's why I actually had to go out because I had some
cool.
plans. That's why I had to dip early from the Death Battle reaction tier list because
Okay.
I was gonna go watch Wakanda Forever with a bunch of family
Okay, so
members.
you'll be able to weigh in on this then. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allow
Next.
me-
Okay. Second. Hang on.
Yeah,
We got
before
the
we
second to last
move on to that.
topic. So, myocarditis after COVID vaccination.
Myocarditis.
Yes. So the vaccine guys are tracking adverse health effects, if any, that may appear in the years following a diagnosis of vaccine-associated heart problems. Oh wow, the conspiracy theorists were right again.
Who would have
Gas.
guessed it?
Oh, I'm so shocked.
So are you sure?
Oh my
So
goodness,
these
my
guys-
reality is destroyed.
Snap
Ben-
back to reality. Whoops, there goes gravity.
Wait, guys.
Sweaty,
So-
mom's spaghetti. Wait, what?
So you guys are saying that that these people who may or may not be played by Charlie Day, they were correct the whole time.
Except unless they're talking about how Wakanda Forever is somehow important to the MCU as a whole.
I've said Alex after watching that scene. I've said it, you, Alex, and Ben and Fran, and like the image, and I just captioned it. I captioned it for Ben. I captioned it as the average Madara stan trying to explain to me why Madara versus Aizen was good.
Who was
Good.
doing that?
Remember that idiot that was just saying like, "Oh, Madara won's stupid." I'm like, really? That's your response to constructive criticism?
He's one of those. He sounds like one of those guys where you say, "I hate meat, but I love the taste of it, but I just hate its unhealthy yada yadas." And then there's a guy who says, "You're wrong. It's delicious." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I said, but didn't you hear what else I had to say?" I was like, "Yeah, you said meat was disgusting. No, it's good, but that's what I said. But you're wrong." It's like that's what the argument
I
sounded
just beat
like.
up Knuckles. Not the
Oh, no.
first time I've bruised up Knuckles.
Oh no.
Well,
Trump's announcement's going to be
I haven't-
tomorrow.
Damn it! I must have missed a bunch of the Super Emeralds.
I guess you got to go back then because you're not getting the true ending now.
Oof.
Oh, Knuckles is getting electrocuted.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
I want to talk about this. So video game Donkey's being a dumbass again.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
he's he basically sent his guys to review Bomb Sonic Frontier.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Donkey's
Why?
being fucking
And-
stupid again.
And to make things even funnier, he tried to claim with only like a screenshot of like 3 reviews saying, see, it's just the Sonic fans review bombing their own game. See, guys, not me."
Oh,
And
I
then
love
everyone's
you
Sonic
posting
Heroes
replies
music.
of Donkey. And then
Doesn't
everyone else shows like all the reviews of Donkey
Yeah,
reviewers.
And Manga Comment actually shows the screenshots.
Stupid ass.
So I'm fighting my Mirror B again. And his multitude of potentially racially insensitive stereotypes.
Well, anyways, nice segue into Wakanda Forever, I suppose.
Wait, no. There's one more story we need to talk about.
How do we need to?
All right.
Margaret Robbie says her Pirates of the
Margot?
Caribbean reboot is no longer happening.
Good.
Yeah.
I do not care
Thank
about it.
God.
Good. We don't need that shit.
You know what that tells me, though? That tells me that they're bringing Johnny Depp back, or
Yes.
at least trying
At the
to.
very least, it tells me that Disney has realized that
That they
they're
made a
committing
mistake.
corporate suicide.
That would be the first
Yeah.
time.
I mean, to be fair, they already are. They just don't want to do it more than they already are doing.
They're still making live action remakes. I still think that's rubbing the blade on the wrist.
They made Snow White Indian, which doesn't make sense because her skin's supposed to be white as snow. It's in
that's-
her name.
They're practically poking the veins now with a move like that.
Anyways, that's a good segue to get into Black Panther.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever.
Eh,
It's as inconsequential as most of Phase 4.
Allow me. Now, it is quite fitting that Elaine from Seinfeld is in this film because this is a movie
Yeah.
about nothing.
they show a lot. They say
Nothing
a lot.
important
They
happens
do a
in
lot.
this film. Nothing is achieved in this film, and hopefully this film will one day fall into a black hole and return to nothing, shamelessly stealing lines from Yahtzee Croshaw, but I don't give a fuck at the moment. This film was terrible.
Yeah.
So,
The box office, I think first weekend wise is worse than the first film as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, the
It's
first.
still doing decently, but it's doing worse.
the first thing I noticed was that even though the soundtrack is done by the same guy who did the first one, and in the first, Black Panther has a great soundtrack. This
Oh yeah, it's got an
this
amazing
one-
soundtrack.
This is a massive downgrade. There's so many, like Danny Elfman phoning it in, shitty,
Echoes.
shitty, just two note repeating patterns, random nonsense, and basic scales and arpeggios and stuff like that. And it sounds like a Justice League era Danny Elfman wrote it.
I want to mention this. The Critical Drunker was doing this, and he said this movie is the equivalent of what Wonder Woman 1984 is to the original movie.
God
No,
damn.
I'd say Wonder Woman 1984 is worse than this, but I will say that it is funny how in Phase 4 of the MCU we have we have like 3 films that I would rather watch Captain Marvel than watch them.
Oh, that's too
I'm
far.
not even
That's
fucking
too far.
kidding.
That's too far.
Captain Marvel is less of a waste of time than watching Wakanda Forever or Black Widow or The Eternals
Or
Thor: Love and
Shang-Chi
Thunder.
or fucking Shang-Chi, yeah.
and
Or
Love
any
and
of the
Thunder.
Shang-Chi.
Or Love and
Shang-Chi
Thunder.
was
Shang-Chi,
okay.
bro.
Shang-Chi was meh, but it wasn't
any of the
worse
TV
than Captain
shows.
Marvel.
You know,
If
and
anything,
this
they
is,
fucked up
this
his
is the
character from the
last
comic.
film. This is the last film in Phase 4. It sure didn't fucking feel like it.
Yeah, because it was never supposed to be.
Do you guys remember?
It was never supposed to be.
Excuse me. You guys remember how,
You're fine.
like, Phase 1 of the MCU, you had a bunch of movies that all built up the characters, built up where they were going and what they were doing, and then you had the Avengers. This is the first MCU phase to end without an Avengers film. It's also the first MCU phase where there's, like, barely any connective tissue between any of the films. Like,
That's because
Doctor Strange, there is a through line between WandaVision, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man: No Way Home. That's it. Those are the only properties that are connected in any appreciable manner in this. And maybe come Avengers 5, we'll see that, oh, there's really something that connects all this. It's not just random nonsense going on. But that's a big ask at this point, because, like, think about everything that was accomplished in the first Avenger. You set up Captain America. Captain America did his thing and had his origin story. You had the setup of the Tesseract. You had all kinds of little details that helped set up the Avengers and future films and helped develop the characters so that we'd be familiar with them and when push came to shove. I don't know what the hell's going on in this film. It shouldn't have been called Black Panther because, well, first off, Black Panther isn't in this movie. Spoiler
He's
warning,
dead,
Black
Manon.
Panther's dead.
Probably not. Yeah.
T'Challa
T'Challa's
died
gone.
T'Challa died off screen of an unknown illness. And the
Hey,
entire film
Yeah.
is them trying to come up with a replacement for the Black Panther, because in the last Black Panther film, Killmonger destroyed the Black Panther flower. And somehow they didn't sequence the Black Panther flower. They didn't sequence the Super Soldier Serum out of Captain America's DNA when he was in Wakanda, out of Bucky's DNA when he was in Wakanda, and they did sequence T'Challa's DNA while he was there, while he was alive. They didn't do anything else. Like, it literally requires and I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit, but this should be, creating a new Black Panther serum should be something that's really easy. Also, so like,
Yep.
it requires,
You said Black Panther serum?
yeah, the
Not
Black
You
Panther
know,
serum.
I got a vastly better fucking idea. You know what they should have done?
What?
They should have had Wakanda Forever take place between the events of Infinity War and Endgame.
Oh boy,
That
that
would
would have actually made some semblance of
Lot.
sense.
That way, that grief actually makes fucking sense. He doesn't just die off screen. We actually do see him die in Infinity War. And that way, they're going to have a long time between 2 and 3 before they can do any recast. They can have Namor take advantage of the situation to attack Wakanda at their weakest and have them rise up
Ben, I have
to
to
the
correct
big
you.
bad.
I have to correct you. It's not Namor.
Namor.
It's not.
No.
Namor.
That is
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, and he got it from a
Anyways,
fucking
so-
insult. They
Oh,
hate this
Yeah,
movie.
so T'Challa's just fucking dead. T'Challa
He got
dies
off-screen to
off-screen of an unknown. Yeah, he got off-screened to death. And
He doesn't even
immediately
get, like-
afterwards, we find out that, okay, so we have his funeral. His funeral takes place on screen. Guess who's not present at his funeral?
Any of the Avengers?
Any of the living
None
Avengers.
of the Avengers. The Avengers are not present at his funeral. Well, the man who helped them save the fucking universe, and the Avengers are not invited to King T'Challa's funeral.
Marvel couldn't
even
like,
though-
Marvel couldn't just give them extra fucking money to
I mean-
allow the actors to come on set for like a few minutes.
They will
They couldn't even
shoot.
fucking.
They will
You know
shoot
what,
so
though?
much nonsense. They shot a bunch of random crap that they didn't even use in Love and Thunder. But they won't even pay for one. You know who else wasn't there? The fucking Jabari.
Why? Oh yeah,
It's
because
like
that actor
Manape
is
was not there. Or like he's like what's his fuck M'Baku, aka who's the superhero Manape in the comics. He's not there, even though he and T'Challa were fucking friends at the end of Black Panther.
You wanna know? You
He
wanna know
saved
why
T'Challa's
he's not
life
there?
for fuck's
You wanna
sake.
know? You wanna know why he's not in there? Because the actor told Marvel to fuck off, and he left to do Nope and a few other films
But he's
instead of
in
the
the
trash.
movie, though.
Oh,
M'Baku
I'm thinking of
is
someone
in
else
the
then.
movie. You're
Like,
thinking of the other guy. You're thinking of
Yeah, it's the other guy I'm thinking
yeah,
of.
you're
I'm
thinking of the
sorry.
other guy. That guy's in prison. That guy is like, oh, he got locked up apparently.
Fuck off!
And his wife apparently became a lesbian.
I can't do this anymore.
Isn't that the guy who was married to Okoye?
Yeah, Okoye is a lesbian in this, apparently.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
You think they wouldn't have done that if he joined the movie?
Probably not.
They was like, oh, you're not gonna come back to the movie? Okay, we're gonna make her a lesbian then. Okay, bye.
You know what's funny
Fuck you,
though
Marvel.
about that funeral scene? It's supposed to be a very big, very beautiful, very traditional ceremony, but
And there
you know,
is it looks so small.
you know what? It came to mind instantly the moment I saw everyone dancing, praying, singing and stuff.
Well, it reminded me of an Irish funeral because I've been to Irish funerals and
What, Gizmo? Oh, what were you saying?
You know, the first thing that came to mind when I saw the funeral, as you know, like the dancing and singing and all. Yeah, exactly that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's what really came to mind.
Yeah, nobody from S.H.I.E.L.D. was there. The Jabari weren't there. Nick Fury wasn't there. Guess who else wasn't there?
Again, none of the Avengers.
Bilbo Baggins. Bilbo Baggins was not at T'Challa's funeral.
Yes, Martin Freeman was not there.
Again, he's in the fucking movie, guys.
I'm gonna gather that Falcon isn't there either.
Nope.
Captain Falcon is not in this movie. The White Wolf is not in this movie either.
You would think he would be in this, considering what this movie is supposed to be about.
Yes.
And you would,
or
then again,
you would also be wrong.
But then again, he and Wakanda would not exactly be on good terms at this point due to the fact that, well, they kind of try to attack Bucky, and Sam.
You know what? Speaking of which, they also kind of turned into exactly what Killmonger wanted them to be. Funnily enough, because there's a whole thing about how like T'Challa was trying to have all this outreach shit going on, and his mom just kind of fucked all that up within the first like 15 minutes of the movie. He was like, "Oh, no, the outreach program isn't a thing because we're afraid, hey, you guys are gonna try and steal the vibranium." I mean, it's like,
which they did try.
Granted, some people do try, but
keyword being try.
Yeah, keyword being try, but
that's why I never understood though. You're trying to.
Why do they try? Because you guys didn't hold up your end of the fucking bargain, and there was supposed to be a.
I get it's supposed to make some. It's supposed to make some sense.
And I get it. I understand. And you don't want this stuff getting in the wrong hands, but here's the problem.
It already has.
We've had more dangerous weapons, and it's been in the wrong hands before. So, get the fuck over yourself, guys.
Anyways,
my turn.
I want to talk about something related. It's box office. It's had a very good start so far, but the question is, can it keep up? Because
probably not.
We all remember when 411
gonna keep up, considering there's like other movies coming
out.
And
not only that, it's yet another movie that's been banned in China. I know that.
Yep.
Lesbians.
Marvel's not going to be Marvel's not going to be able to trick Chinese racists to watch this movie again.
Yeah.
We're not being funny.
I will say I'll give Disney credit on that. That's a pretty baller move to trick a bunch of racists to see a movie starring a black man.
We're not being memey or funny here either. Like the Chinese have a really bad reputation when it comes to other races being in their country.
Yes,
and yet LeBron James simps for these people.
Yep.
Money talks more than reality. But yeah, I want to talk about the box office, right? Because
no, I gotta keep talking about the plot, otherwise I'm gonna get off track.
Yeah, Ben,
Anyways,
No,
let
like,
him
because I
keep
only
going.
have.
in the UN scene, the box office is irrelevant. In the
That
scene at the
gets the movie.
UN, they have a translator. Even though the Queen speaks English later on in that very scene.
French.
And yeah. And then you have like they just bring in these prisoners, these like fully dressed soldiers to the UN meeting, and nobody stops them. Nobody like tries to say like, "Hey, what are you doing with those guys?" As you know, no, they're just kind of there.
Continuing the trend of Marvel being low-key
Yeah.
terrorist apologists.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then well, we'll get to that. So let me
Hey.
see. Oh yeah, some terrible dialogue in the movie. So people go looking for vibranium. The government goes looking for vibranium outside of Wakanda, and they say somebody says, I'm trying to find where I said this dialogue is terrible. Oh yeah, let's get this detector out of here since it's the only one we've got. That is an example of how stilted the dialogue is in this film. This film has some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard in an MCU film. It sounds like parts of it were ghost written by Taika Waititi.
Oof.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so the Atlanteans show up, and they're not
Oh,
really
boy.
Atlanteans, but the Atlanteans show up once when the Americans are using their new detector to try and find vibranium, right? And they literally they rip off the scene with the trench from Aquaman.
Man.
Like,
Yep.
just about every scene with the Atlanteans is ripped off from the trench.
Which is dumb.
At least they're copying from a good movie.
Oh, yes, but they're also like being really blatant about it.
Yeah.
Like they said they wanted to avoid comparisons to Aquaman, and yet they've directly induced those comparisons.
Also
so
butchering
Namor-
Namor as a whole.
So Namor goes and he says something in whatever language the Atlanteans speak, the fake Atlanteans
Atlantean.
speak.
Atlantean
And-
or Aztecian or some
Mayan.
shit because
He's a Mayan.
Yeah,
I'll
whatever the hell.
I'll talk about it when it's my turn.
Yep.
He says something in Atlantean, and that sounds suspiciously a hell of a lot like Aquaman. What the fuck, guys? That's supposed to be a secret room, isn't it? Anyways, my friends call me Aquaman, my enemies call me Namor, is how I have it written down. And, oh, Namor.
No more.
And, Namor says to the Queen, and like he literally, he sneaks up on T'Challa's mother and sister, and says to them, "Your son exposed the power of vibranium to the world," and I'm like, have you guys seen the first Avenger?
Clearly
Because
not.
We kind of already did
Yeah.
that back in 1943.
Yeah.
The fact that the Black Panther suit...
with America's ass.
Yeah, the fact that the Black Panther suit exists is one thing, but, like, Captain America's shield has been around for much longer than the Black Panther suit has.
To be fair, we don't really know that for sure.
Okay, it's been around much longer than than T'Challa has. Everybody knew that vibranium was powerful. We found that out when Cap's shield came around. We found that out when Claw started selling the stolen vibranium that he had. You know?
What
So it's
is
not-
love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more.
Like,
Sorry.
Namor is blaming Wakanda for bringing vibranium out into the world, and bringing, you know, the surface dwellers to his land, and like it's not even their fault.
It really isn't.
The conflict between Atlantis and Wakanda is so forced in this movie. Like it doesn't make any level of sane sense.
Non-existent.
And then we have like we'll get into like Namor a little bit later, but let me keep scrolling here. There's a lot of scenes in this movie where the film is edited incorrectly. Like it just kind of jumps all over the place. Like characters change positions and not like majorly, but like their hands and limbs change positions between shots where I feel like you normally would have seen them moving and things like that. And that just tells me that there's a lot of things wrong here, or like that there's probably some studio interference going on. Not that I think that Disney could have possibly made this film
Worse.
less coherent, because the plot already fails from the get-go. I don't think there's any way that you can salvage this. But
No.
Yeah, apparently, and Namor was somehow able to get that submarine with the vibranium detector up to Wakanda, despite the fact that Wakanda is a landlocked nation in the MCU, and without anybody noticing. There's a reason Wakanda was a coastal nation in the comics. Anyways, I just have, how does Disc Lip Man talk? And that's a question I also had for the last film.
I mean, if it's literally part of their culture, they figure it out some way.
Yes, but it's also stupid. Anyways, yeah, M'Baku becomes the voice of reason during the conference with, about what the fuck Namor is up to. Because, as he's like, why the fuck are we listening to you guys when you guys are the whole reason we don't have a Black Panther anymore? Or because you guys decided to allow Killmonger to come to power. Or if you guys hadn't heard him out, maybe we would actually still have the fucking superpower flowers.
Yep.
And I literally said that I know he's already known as the Man-Ape in the comics, but make him the Black Panther. Or please, this is me begging the film. No, make M'Baku Black Panther. Make M'Baku Black Panther. He's the logical choice for Black Panther at this point. It's a no-brainer.
We have to fill the diversity quota.
The diversity quota is literally already filled.
Because black men are the white men of black people.
Correct.
That's stupid.
That is an actual headline I read on an article once.
Also, if you haven't noticed, he's very well articulate and very well schooled.
Yeah, and he's just constantly munching on a carrot while all these assholes are talking, and he's just like, can we like maybe do something sensible? No, okay, I'm gonna go back up to the mountains and eat my fucking vegetables. I'll see you later.
What's funny?
We see out of M'Baku for a little while.
What's sad is that he's the funniest out of the characters.
Yeah.
That's sad. That he shouldn't be the funniest. He should be at least one of the funniest. Like we know MCU is able to bring out a few jokes out of almost any character, whether it be the main character, the side character, or the character nobody really gives a shit about but makes theories about anyway in the background.
Yeah, and
somehow you got him.
One of the things that I said, that like the council actually suggests that, oh, let's just abduct the person who made this vibranium detector. There's only one of them in the world. well, this person is obviously unique and some kind of genius, and there's not 10 million people in the MCU who could do this.
Oh, is it the Iron
Yeah,
Chick?
it's like-
Williams. It's Riri fucking Williams.
This is,
Fuck, they had to
of
put
course,
Riri
this
goddamn
fucking-
Williams in here.
and I
of course,
have
they
it
drag.
written
Of course,
down like,
of course,
why?
of course, this is how they drag her into this. Oh, she can detect vibranium. So fucking stupid.
Why are we seriously suggesting abducting people when we know that Captain Falcon, Bucky, and what's left of the Avengers are totally going to be on your asses about this shit?
Why can't it Wilson's in the superhero name be Captain Falcon? God damn it!
Well,
that
it'd
would be
more
an interesting
dignified
comic
than calling
if-
him Captain America because that Captain America suit is awful.
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's awful. It's just put on the wrong guy.
Look, why did you put an all-white Captain America suit on a black man?
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah, think about it.
It's horrifying.
I like look. I like the design, but it just looks really wrong on him.
Anyways, the person
Really
who
wrong.
built the vibranium detector is apparently a genius, and I deduced correctly this is Riri Williams, and I wondered, how did Tony Stark, Howard Stark, Bruce Banner, Hank Pym, Janet Van Dyne, Peter Parker, Fitz and Simmons, Stephen Strange, etc. not come up with a vibranium detector already?
Wait,
I don't.
hey,
Here's the logical
Alex,
answer. Because
Ben, hold on. Alex, you mentioned a lot of interesting, intelligent people, but who is Peter Parker?
He's
see what you're doing.
he's some high
I see
school
what
kid
you're doing.
who's really good. But I think he makes Spider-Man's gear.
But how does I don't know how that makes him smart enough to create stuff to find vibranium though. It's just some random asshole.
Look, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant though. Oh, anyways, yeah. For those of you who are wondering, Fitz and Simmons are the tech guys. Well, the tech couple from Agents of Shield. They are fucking brilliant, and they
And
are
canon.
capable of well, they were. Parts of them are canon. Season 7 is not entirely canon, I don't think, but yeah. Point is, they're in the MCU. They're there. What the fuck, guys? You know? Well, like, what's the deal?
Indeed.
Anyways, yeah, this is not unique in any way, shape, or form. This is just bullshit, guys. As like, in the X-Men movies, what's his name? Stryker got
William
a single
Stryker?
Yeah, Stryker
Yes.
got a single sample of vibranium. Not vibranium. Adamantium. Stryker got a
Adamantium.
single sample of adamantium, and he started tearing up third world nations looking for that shit.
Yes,
How in the fuck
as
did
three
Howard
separate
Stark
actors.
not go looking for any vibranium at any point in time? Like, you're really telling me that in the time period between, like, when Howard Stark got a hold of the vibranium the first time, and when he died in the 90s, that he wouldn't have tried to figure out where more vibranium was?
Indeed.
I mean, evidently he had to. Somebody made that fucking shield.
Wasn't the original concept of Captain America's shield that was mixed with vibranium and adamantium, or am I
Yes,
mixing
but
the
because
source
they didn't
material?
have the rights to adamantium in the MCU, they had to do something else.
Of course. Because God forbid he make one reference to the X-Men at least.
Well, Fox would have sued.
Fuck Fox. It's a reference.
Meanwhile,
A reference.
Fox literally would have sued them. They didn't have the rights to it.
Hold down their pants, bend them over, and fuck them. Who cares? They got bought out by Disney anyway.
Well, now they are.
Also, I
Back in
just saw this,
2011,
but
they couldn't.
PlayStation. I just saw this, but PlayStation All Stars is canon to God of War, and I kind of
Oh, yeah,
love that.
nice.
yeah, that was
Hell
actually kind of
yeah.
funny.
I kind of
That's
don't.
pretty great.
I like
It's-
they trying to, but I kind of don't, considering nothing really happens.
So,
I mean, you
Kratos
could
even
consider, like,
says,
you
"I do
could-
not wish
hang
to
on.
talk about it."
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it is, though. He's casting that aside. Like he
Yeah,
doesn't talk
because
about
it's
any of
funny.
it. He doesn't talk about
Yeah.
fighting a clown. He doesn't talk about like, oh, I have seen a melodious dog riding on a
No,
board with
but
wheels.
the guy,
It's
the
like,
head talking to him was mentioning those things, and he's like,
And
"I don't want to talk about
Mimir,
it."
it's
Yeah.
Mimir. Also, Mimir
Also,
calls Parappa the Rappa one of the greatest musicians of our time.
no, he calls him the greatest musician of all time.
is he wrong?
I want to mention this. I didn't know this until recently, but it turns out, according to Corey Balog, the Shovel Knight boss is canon, or the Shovel Knight fight with Kratos is canon.
It's-
Oh
It's
God!
funny.
that is
Which
awesome.
implies that between the events of God of War 3 and 2018, Kratos got folded by a man with a shovel because he was too stupid to
No,
defuse them.
no. It
And
makes
Super
it
Smash Bros. Is canon to God of War as well.
Why?
How?
He's not in that game.
Shovel Knight appears in God of War.
Oh shit, he's right!
But here's what makes
Sorry,
it better.
Shovel Knight appears in Smash Bros. Anyways, let's get back to Black Panther.
And no, I want to talk about
So, yeah,
God of War crossovers because it's funny.
No.
So rather than
Why
going to
on
rather than just going to talk to Bilbo,
even my crippling rage cannot.
so T'Challa's
Ben, you're
mom
the
and his
topic
sister,
enforcer. Come on, you should know better.
T'Challa's sister and his mom go to talk to Bilbo,
Oh man,
and rather than like going to talk to him somewhere like secluded or some shit,
like a normal
they
person.
use a dragonfly drone to get his attention to come see them out in the open in the middle of a forest clearing, and that's where they have their little discussion about like what the fuck's going on in the movie, and they're like, oh, we can't risk telling you about who's actually doing this, just because that might cause problems, and it's like, just tell Bilbo what's going on, please.
Are the
If you
Atlanteans
told
sea
Bilbo
locked?
what was going on in the movie, you would have an easier time, and we could cut it like 20 minutes of runtime off of this incredibly slow film.
Aren't the Atlanteans sea locked anyway?
No.
Okay, so
They're not even Atlanteans; they're Mayans
Yeah.
now.
Atlanteans that have Mayan culture. That I'll talk about that.
I actually need
yeah,
to go.
like,
So you guys,
there's the
you
problem
this
of like
stupid
Namor. They literally took Quetzalcoatl from the comics and gave him Namor's name. Anyways, and some of his powers. Anyways,
Deadly zone.
yeah, so
Play
they
that
went to
shit.
yeah, and
Oh yeah, I gotta go. So you guys have a
there's
good
a bunch
one.
of people in the MCU who could have
Leaving
done
so
the stuff
soon?
that Riri comes up with.
Yeah, I need to go. You guys have a good one.
All
Alright.
right.
Bye.
You'll never find
Man,
out.
I just got here
You'll
and
never
now he's
find out
leaving.
about
This
that joke
sucks.
though, Ben. Oh, well, Kevin's still here. Anyways, so
Yeah.
Riri Williams is
Fuck her.
she makes a bunch of money by doing people's homework for them and then shaking them down for cash afterwards.
Which is stupid.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, it's not. Well, if it was like grade school, middle school, maybe high school.
College, this
But
is a serious
college?
ethics issue.
Oh yeah, in college, that's something else, man. I
You-
mean, like high
both
school,
of
middle
you will
school.
get expelled for that.
Dude, nobody care in high school, middle school. Nobody cares about homework. Everybody hates homework. They think of this as like bullshit. They want it done so they can get on with their lives. Go out and smoke a joint, play some games, do underage drinking. College, on the other hand, I don't see this being a viable source of income.
Did you say everybody hates Homer in college?
Homework in college.
Oh,
Homework
I
is
thought you
something
said
else.
Homer.
Oh,
Don't.
no, that's something else. But you know,
Don't.
don't. But
You know, guys, is no TV and no beer makes Homer something.
Okoye
That's one of my
actually-
favorite episodes.
Okoye says that she makes a quip about how iPhones are primitive technology, and I just don't want to hear anything about primitive technology from the people with laser spears and war rhinos, you know?
I mean,
Also,
this is kind of continuing off of a thing where
remember how the
he's like,
shield...
guns, so primitive.
So, guys, you remember how the shield worked in the first Black Panther?
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
work like that anymore. I don't know why. They take it apart like a curtain rather than just flying through it like they did.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I know. That just came to mind. Anyways,
Very contradictory, yeah.
yeah, I wrote down it wasn't clever when Steppenwolf said it, and it's still not clever. All right, and then we see the quote unquote drip outfits that they have for Okoye and Shuri, and like they look. Maybe it's just the fact that they are trying to blend in and failing, or maybe it's the fact that modern fashion is garbage. But
Yes.
it looks awful. And the jokes go on about 10 times longer than they should, especially in this scene. There are a few scenes where the jokes should have cut and they don't. Don't know how, don't know why. We dedicate a bunch of time like 30 seconds to jokes that aren't fucking funny. Even if it would have ended at the punchline, it would have actually, maybe gotten a chuckle out of me.
Knuckles versus Chuckles.
Oh no.
So Riri immediately recognizes Shuri, even though Shuri was like, I'll blend in like I'm a college student. And it's like, yeah, your cover was blown the second you stepped in the door, and like, one of the things Riri says is to be young, gifted, and black, and I wrote, fuck off, Nick Fury was whipping ass across the universe before you were born. I don't want to hear another goddamn word out of your motherfucking mouth.
Oh. I have brought some impressive imagery with my sound effects.
Yeah. And then,
Anyway,
like, Riri talks about how they ask her why she's leaving the schematics for the vibranium detector on her laptop in the garage, and she says, quote, I got 2065 byte encryption on that thing. And it's like, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, that sounded made up
That is
when I
not
heard
real.
that.
That is a...
You
that
could
is a
argue that
writer
she
who doesn't know
invented.
what the...
Oh shit! You actually
Yeah, that is
see
a
the
writer who
live
doesn't know
stream
what the fuck
commentary
is...
chat too.
You could argue that she invented it, but it sounds really stupid that not even she would call it that.
Yeah, well, she should fucking know what it is. It's either 256 or 2048. There is no... And it's not bytes, it's bits. And they ask her if she ever got locked out, and she says, I had to build a quantum computer to break into it, and it's like, yeah,
Quantum.
apparently she just made a vibranium detector as a school project, not for the CIA, which is... doesn't explain how the CIA got their fucking hands on it.
note to self: leave
Bits.
Riri Williams out of our thing.
That's also the thing. Like, what if she's
like-
building something that sophisticated with
Maybe
just
I
a
missed...
bunch
Yeah, maybe I missed something, but, kind of feels like that's a giant plot hole.
A gaping plot hole, you would say.
Yes.
That's it.
Oh God, Alex,
Yeah.
I see every Gen 4 or fan's worst nightmare. Blissey.
Bussy, what?
Yeah, they ask her if she ever got locked out, and she says had to
highest
build a quantum computer to break into it. And all I have to say is that,
Works that way.
if you're just building this stuff for a school project, why are you using anything more than like your basic Windows password? Excuse me. Is there any real reason for doing this, guys? Like,
The
could we
lulls.
like this doesn't seem like much, but there is precious little plot in this film, and you're using your dialogue not to patch up the holes in it, but rather to make entirely new ones.
Yep.
Guys, why is just... Oh, never mind. He's still on the server.
Yeah.
I don't
Anyways,
Jester's name anywhere on the list, though.
he's just not able to get access to this part of the server right now.
Good.
Good.
Anyways,
Wait,
the funny
what?
thing is, like, Riri Williams is pitched to us as this hyper-intelligent kid genius, but once the FBI shows up, she starts bitching. I have it written down, bitching like a hood rat, not someone who's got a lick of education. And
Did I miss something earlier?
We'll get to that.
Then they say
All right.
they start trying to make an escape from the FBI agents, and Okoye takes a car, Shuri takes a motorcycle, and Riri takes a suit that would embarrass Ultimate Iron Man in how bad it is.
Like the Ultimate Iron Man suit.
The Ultimate Iron Man suit was god-awful, and, like, just in terms of, like, comparison to 616, you know? It took a whole back-end team to make that suit work, when in 616 it was like literally just an exoskeleton. And yeah, so Riri says there's an entire YouTube channel dedicated to sightings of me when asked if the suit can fly. And, you know, in a universe where we have, you know, Spider-Man, Iron Man, the Hulk, War Machine, Ant-Man, etc., Riri Williams is not special. And
Nope,
he really
her
isn't.
knockoff Kamen Rider outfit is even less so.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like something out of a Blender porno parody.
And
Yep.
oh yeah, so Shuri has not Jarvis, as I like to call him, who is her AI sidekick, who appears apropos of nothing. Don't know why he exists. He doesn't really serve to do a whole lot, except be threatened and emasculated by Okoye somehow. I don't know how you threaten and emasculate a robot, but she managed to achieve that.
Life finds a way.
And somehow, yeah, so when the cops bust in and they see Shuri powering up her suit, they say, "Aw shit, she got an Iron Man suit."
I thought it was, oh shit, she has Iron Man tech.
No, "Aw shit,
Oh.
she got Iron Man something." It's something. It's something stupid. And they just start killing cops. They probably kill about a dozen cops throughout this entire sequence. And
Oh, lovely.
it's really like there are places where like cars collide with each other and they explode, and they do all kinds of stuff that just, you know,
Remember in the last Black Panther movie where they actually tried to not do stuff like this?
Let me just say, collateral damage, what's that?
Oof.
I mean, Shazam at the very least avoided too much collateral damage.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, he was a kid. That's the thing. So of course he doesn't want to hurt anybody intentionally or hurt wrong people.
And Captain Marvel was also like not a fucking professional warrior.
Yeah.
like these people are, and they're like,
He knows, yeah, he knows about him, but he doesn't know how to
Hold on.
exactly become
Hold
one.
on a sec, gentlemen. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okoye drives her spear through the bottom of the vehicle, and somehow it doesn't damage anything during the chase scene. And like they had to have killed or injured or severely injured about a dozen cops during this sequence. And apparently Riri has a flight suit but no oxygen supply when Tony Stark had an oxygen supply in literally the second Iron Man suit. And he didn't figure out like the icing problem, but yeah, Riri takes out a Predator drone and somehow manages to survive a 25,000-foot fall while unconscious, only to regain consciousness and right the suit at less than 500 feet above the ground. And I see like a bunch of stuff where it looks like they killed about as many cops in this movie as the Joker did in The Dark Knight. Like it's ridiculous. And then somehow, maybe they didn't, because Okoye and Shuri survive a car crash brought on by the interference of the Not-Lanteans.
Yeah.
But not
Yeah.
Lanterns.
Yeah, they survive a car crash brought on by the Not-Lanteans, and somehow.
Oh, check out what I posted in memes. Gizmo.
Hang on.
See here. Yeah, that's accurate.
Hop is
Hop-
good.
Up was good. I don't know why you have to put her of all the people at the end of the put the girl nobody likes in the.
I have a confession to make, guys. I have never actually seen The Road to El Dorado.
Oh, we'll have to fix that.
I have a
Anyways,
copy.
yeah, there's like there's a bunch of stuff in this film that is ripped straight from Aquaman Throne of Atlantis, both the comic and the movie, and then subsequently the Aquaman film. And
Yep.
people were accusing the Aquaman film of being derivative of Black Panther. And now now Black Panther is just straight up pretending that it is the Black Panther movie or the Aquaman film. So that's
Wait a minute. The new Black Panther movie was awful?
Yes. Was there any doubt, Mason?
Pardon me?
Was there ever any doubt?
Well, no, I suppose not. They did use a dead man's Twitter account to try to promote the movie, so.
Then the Atlanteans started killing cops too, and that was
Gee, I wonder what the MCU's position is on law enforcement. It is so subtle and ambiguous.
Because superheroes are kind of quasi law enforcement.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord, guys. Keep your
Hang on,
hate boner for police
Simpsons
in
meme.
check.
I'm already post the Simpsons meme if I can find it.
There's a fight
The one
scene
where-
between... Okay, so Okoye kills a bunch of Atlanteans, but somehow they don't die. I don't know how, I don't know why, but that just happens in this movie.
Somehow Palpatine survived.
Yeah. Then we get
There
to,
it is. I found it.
yeah, there's this pretty interesting fight scene in where Okoye fights with the Atlanteans, and there's a bunch of nice stuff in that. I really like how there's not a whole lot of accompaniment, and it goes down to the sound effects of the fight scene and the grunts of the actors, and that's really neat. But it's all around like it's okay as a fight scene, and like Shuri wakes up and somehow the magic beads from the first movie mess with Atlantean weapons. The big bruiser from Atlantis disarms Okoye and then gives her the spear back, and then she kicks him in the nuts, and then they fight, and then Shuri breaks up the fight and says she'll go with them to Atlantis. So they take her to Atlantis, they give her a rebreather, which apparently the Atlanteans need, but they really don't, because they're never shown to actually need this rebreather thing they've got.
Anywhere.
They had this little mask thing that holds probably not even a lungfuls of water for them, because spoiler warning, they need to breathe water to survive, and Namor is the only one who doesn't need to breathe water for some reason.
Well, he outright says it because he's a mutant, but
No,
they don't
I
even
understand
that.
I'm just saying, like for some reason, like him having been in his mother's womb when they took they had a version of the Black Panther juice that made them breathe water somehow. And then like the effects of the Black Panther, of the Namor, of the Atlantean Black Panther juice somehow makes Namor unable to really seriously age, because he hasn't, I don't think he's aged at all since like the era of the Spanish conquistadors. No, or not significantly anyways. And yeah, along comes like there's a scene between
And then along
Elaine,
came Zeus.
Yeah, kind of. There's a scene between Elaine and Bilbo, and Elaine is really thirsty for
Some
Bilbo's
Hobbit.
for some Hobbit schlong.
Which might actually be longer than most people think.
Well, yes, but that's because they never skip second breakfast.
They got big feet for a reason.
Yeah, you know what they
Oh.
say,
You know
people.
what they say
People with big
about
feet.
men with big feet.
There's a quote here.
They say,
Asks,
"Damn, you got
is there a
big
new
feet."
Black Panther you could call to come get us? And I said, why not call someone else? Oh wait, you pissed off the White Wolf and Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm sorry. Every time you call him Captain Falcon, it's hilarious. We have an objectively better superhero name there, and yet, because of Nintendo, you're not willing to use it.
And then
Yeah, well, guess
Well,
what?
I mean,
Guess what?
I
You're super. Well, guess what?
Hey,
You're
Marvel.
Falcon should not be a Captain America. He should be Falcon or Captain Falcon.
Yeah,
Because
Shuri also makes a bunch of pop culture references. Says that Namor is like a villain, like in a bunch of Disney properties, like kind of Indiana Jonesy, like somebody from Indiana Jones, somebody from Star Wars, etc. So Spanish conquistadors brought smallpox and other stuff to wherever Namor lived, and so they sent their local shaman to go get answers from the gods, and the gods told them about their local version of the Black Panther juice. And Namor's people found another plant changed by vibranium, and the people were reborn as Atlanteans. Somehow it took away their ability to breathe air, but not really, as we see earlier in the movie later on, and earlier in the movie and later on, sorry. Because they make this mad dash to get to the water, and then they take a breath of the water, and they're fine, and they're breathing perfectly normally above the surface. I think this might have been a continuity error. Either that, or Ryan Coogler and Disney are just fucking stupid, which I'm not willing to dismiss as a possibility, especially after Ryan Coogler decided it was a great idea to redo the entire last fight scene of Black Panther won at the last second, and that's why it has such a legendarily awful CGI that unfortunately has not even aged all that badly compared to Phase Born.
Yep.
They found use for bank
Aside from
Batman.
Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, there has
Namor-
been no significance
Yeah,
whatsoever
Namor
with this
can breathe
phrase.
air and water because he was in his mother's womb when she drank the blue juice. Namor is a mutant who ages slowly and can breathe air and water. How does he age slower while Captain America aged slowly once and then aged normally the second time around? You'd think that this would be this might seem like a ridiculous question, but this is legitimate. I want to know this because Captain America, like,
You know how Cap would respond to you, Alex?
he doesn't want to tell me what his.
He said, "He's like, no, I don't think I will."
Keep your secrets then. Oh, we're making all these Lord of the Rings references. Anyways, Namor comes back to bury his mother in her homeland and finds the conquistadors have like enslaved a bunch of Spanish people, a bunch of the local people, and I almost said Spanish people. The Spanish people are the ones who did the enslaving.
Wait,
so
Alex.
Spanish.
Alex, would you say that these conquistadors were part of the Spanish Inquisition?
Yeah, there's definitely some kind of Inquisition going on here.
Damn it!
Certainly
I was
did not
expecting.
expect that.
I was
Kevin, you
I was
sounded
expecting
kinda
a Spanish Inquisition.
Kevin, you sounded kind of like Trunks when you said "damn it."
The bridge trunks.
Bulba's your mom?
So when Namor uses his flight and freezes people from the slavers who took over his land, the music that plays is like a tribal cover of the Batman theme by Michael Giacchino. And this is just another example of how lazy the music is in this film because, yeah, it'd be alright if Michael Giacchino hadn't already used it in the Batman. There's also elements of A Beautiful Lie by Junkie XL and Hans Zimmer, and elements of, the previous, Black Panther soundtrack, so, you know.
It all evens out.
We're just kind of fucking around here, guys. Like I said, Danny Elfman during the Justice League sessions.
Excuse me?
Namor gets his name from an insult that a Spaniard called him the child without love.
Yeah, apparently in Spanish it's pronounced Namor or Namor.
Yeah.
Well, amor means love in Spanish.
Yeah, something more.
It
It does
okay.
flow. It's just it's stupid. Also because like Namor was Roman spelled backwards. The guy who created Namor just wrote a bunch of words backwards and chose Roman backwards. Namor gave a long-winded explanation of what will happen to Shuri if she follows him into the depths of Atlantis, and then says, "Or you can wear a suit. We have one over there." And what the punchline, guys? This isn't funny.
This isn't funny.
Why did we spend 30 seconds dedicated to this stupid thing? Anyways, licensed music needs to cease. Atlantis is called Talokan. Namor. This is something I looked up while I was watching the film. Namor was originally supposed to appear in Multiverse of Madness as a member of the Illuminati, but Disney shot that down because they had plans for him to appear in this film in a different appearance rather than the more comic accurate appearance they were planning to use in Multiverse of Madness. Shuri and Namor have a moment with dialogue that is ripped straight from Superman the movie and Highlander, where you could basically
lovely.
Yeah, like the tone is basically that of the Who Wants to Live Forever scene from Highlander with the dialogue from Superman the movie.
Oh, joy, buddy!
all these skills the ancestors gave me, and gifts the ancestors gave me, and when I needed to save my brother, I couldn't. And that is practically word for word what Superman said when Jonathan Kent died. I had all these powers, and I still couldn't save him. And, like, I'm not gonna say that it's especially... I'm not gonna say that it's definitely a ripoff, but this scene was also completely fucking pointless. And Namor goes on to say, hey, that he's going to declare war on the surface world and that he'll conquer Wakanda first if Wakanda doesn't help him. And that was when I said, oh dear God, this is turning into a bad knockoff of Throne of Atlantis.
And that was
Anyways.
one of the good DC
Yeah.
animated movies.
Yeah, so I have to go and pee now. I've been trying not to have to, but I will be right back, and we're going to.
This sounds like a movie I should be glad I haven't seen.
Yeah, count yourself lucky. We're going to give you context for that joke, Kevin. You know.
So I guess it's my turn then.
Wait.
All right.
So
All
I
right,
guess it's
now
my
that
turn then.
Gallen's gone, I'm in
Yeah,
charge.
while he's gone.
Yeah.
Then
So.
So y'all got to do what I say.
So
Or
what
wait,
he
no, this
said.
is Kevin's number. Never mind. We have to do what he says.
So with what he said about the movie is not really wrong. I can tell you right now, though, there are some highlights to the movie, though that's not really saying much.
Guys,
I
we
can
got a
imagine.
special guest, and he has something to say.
I don't know about you guys, but some frogs, you know.
What?
What?
Hold on. Let me turn it up a little bit.
I don't know about you guys, but I want to lick some frogs, if you know what I mean.
That is Alex Jones.
Oh, joy.
He said, I don't know about you guys, but I want to lick some frogs, if you know what I mean.
I don't like I'm putting chemicals in water that turn the frickin' Atlanteans gay.
Oh yeah, Gallon, you missed.
It turned all the Atlanteans
missed,
Mexican.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about that.
Anyways,
So funny thing about the Atlanteans being Mexican, when they were shown this to other Mexicans, of course they're happy about this. But what's funny is that I heard that when they showed pictures and stuff, they played that one song everyone knows, Suavemente, every time. Once when they showed the pictures of the actor.
Yeah, no, there are highlights. I do kind of like the Mayan designs of the Atlanteans, but
I really love that. It's kind of going against the original like source material, but you gotta have to admit this is creative.
yeah,
I've never seen Mayan anything when it comes to underwater and underwater anything for that matter.
it's an
always
interesting
like
design. It's just
it is, but there was nothing
it's
wrong with the
attached to
original
a
source
terrible
material.
movie.
It's also attached to source material that there was nothing wrong with.
Well, Quetzalcoatl was already a fucking hero in Marvel Comics, so why didn't they just use him?
Why indeed?
They didn't have to really. Well, as much as I like the Mayan design and like the Aztec kind of shit, they didn't have to. Honestly,
No,
they could have just had regular Namor, regular Atlantis, and sure, there might have been like people who were like, "Oh, this is just Aquaman, but white." Okay, but he's still different enough from Aquaman.
I
For
thought
one, he can
Aquaman
fly.
was white.
Yeah, like for one, Namor can fly.
Oh, and
He's-
another thing,
he's a
Namor
mutant.
is actually the OG in this.
Well,
'Cause
regardless, people like to say that Marvel copies DC and vice versa, but I can say that the differences count for something because Aquaman, while yeah, he sort of was like Namor at first, he opens up a bit to like surface dwellers and becomes part of the Justice League. Namor, he's a hero now, but He's
Yeah,
still an
Namor has
asshole.
been antagonistic for a while.
Oh yeah, and he was always
Namor,
he's still an
Namor-
asshole, which I like.
yeah, Namor just be like, "Fuck Wakanda."
Yeah, that I didn't really get. You got like, okay, you got like your own squad that uses vibranium too, but why you gotta have Wakanda out of all people as your enemy? Like, it's one thing if you're saying Shield's your enemy or Hydra's your enemy, which makes sense considering.
Want to know what the worst part
Yeah.
is? Namor is supposed to be an Avenger in the comics, and well,
Yeah, but when he first appeared, he wasn't he wasn't exactly a hero.
right, and
So it kind of
and to
makes
think,
sense why they showed him being villainous first.
after a while, he and T'Challa would end up being in coworkers, or in
Yeah,
the
but
comics.
again, he's a jackass.
Yeah,
He's not Aquaman, which likes
he's that token asshole teammate.
yeah, but he's an asshole for if anything. Namor and Aquaman, when they're mad, that's for in different reasons. Aquaman is mad because someone is, messing with the sea and attacking him, attacking his teammates, friends, family. Namor, on the other hand, if you're just living in land, he'll just tell you to fuck yourself.
God damn, this movie sounds really, really, really,
Okay,
really.
so I gotta.
Well, that's part of his personality, though. That's how Namor is. He'll be heroic, but sometimes he just doesn't like to admit that, he's saving surface dwellers because it's the right thing.
Yeah, I have to bring something up here. So Bilbo and Elaine have this meeting with with some CIA guys, and like Bilbo is trying to say like, hey, we don't, you guys ambush the fucking Wakandans when they were talking, and like they were literally just talking to this girl, and you guys ambushed them. And it's like, do you really expect him to like take you guys seriously if you're attacking them like that? You know what? That is a fair point.
Yeah, very fair.
I don't agree with what they did, how they did it, but that is a fair fucking point. But then we find out that that Joe Biden wants to nuke Wakanda.
Oh, lovely.
Because they didn't vote for him, and therefore they ain't black.
Yeah, I never look, man. It's one thing. These guys helped you stave off an alien invasion twice.
Yes, this makes about as much sense as the continued antagonism towards the X-Men.
Well, the X-Men, it makes more sense to want to attack mutants than an entire country. Because when it comes to countries, there's like there's politics behind it, there's resources, there's like intent behind everything, whether it be evil deed or good deed. And with mutants, on the other hand, they have a right to be more afraid of that because they are right. They could have any power. Especially with Kitty Pryde, like they made an example of her, where it's like, oh, she can walk into my house, your house, the White House, or into their houses. They made an example of why mutants are something to be afraid of. While there is always a debate in the comics from the past, like why you shouldn't be and why it's okay to be one, to be with one.
I understand. I'm
yada
just
yada
saying
yada.
That, like, this discourse is fucking retarded. Like, like we are talking about like nuking a nation, threatening to nuke a nation over a single the crew of a research vessel going missing from an unknown attack. Like you're seriously trying to, like they say, the president wants to attack. And it's okay.
But why Wakanda though? It's still no. I don't care how you try to spin it. I will always ask you why Wakanda.
Yeah,
it's like saying it's like okay.
These guys helped us with the Thanos thing. Remember the
it's
Thanos thing?
You attack
anywhere. Grateful.
You attack anywhere else. Canada, Mexico, Vietnam,
There's a movie about
China,
a Cold War with Canada.
China, Russia. You can argue for anything with these countries, but the moment you start saying, "Let's attack this country that's got superhero shit in it," I'm like, "But why?" It's like the moment you say, "Let's attack Latveria," but why? Let's attack Wakanda, but why? Bro,
Well,
say it out
then
loud again.
Ross then says some things that I found kind of suspicious. In that I feel like Ross says that Wakanda outmatches America in the military department, even though we've seen what Wakanda can do militarily, and it's nothing that S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't already have. Like, they have flying shit. Okay, S.H.I.E.L.D. had flying shit already. Hey, cloaking devices? Got that. We have that on the hovercrafts, on the Quinjets, you know? Well, the Quinjets are even space-worthy, somehow.
Well, considering Hulk ended up
People always bring it up. They're still using spears, swords, and cloaks. Although I'm like, okay, but they're made of vibranium.
No, yeah, I
They're
understand
still
that.
made of. They're still made of
what I'm
vibranium. It's like,
saying
why
is
would these?
that like vibranium or not, Wakanda is very small, and the rest of the world is very big. The United States of America has the largest military on the planet. We'll figure out a way through it eventually.
But
Like,
they're smart.
We'll
Apparently,
scrap out. We'll capture
smart.
like something.
They're smarter though. I mean, these are the kind of these is the same small country that staved off an entire army despite them having one Gatling gun. One Gatling gun that was like 100 rounds per minute or some shit like that, and they blew it up with a laser they built. This was before lasers were even a thing in people's minds, before science fiction was even a thing. They went to space before the whole space race thing was even in people's minds.
What, Wakanda?
They made it to the Wakanda. They made it past the fucking moon.
You're talking about in the comics, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not. They haven't got that in the MCU yet.
But regardless, man, they're following source material.
I understand. Well, no, they're really not following the source material.
Oh yeah, but they're trying. They're trying at least 5%. Let's be fair on this movie. They're trying. They're still trying, regardless. But either way, man, the Wakanda's smart in many cases, and with technology, they're extreme. They extremely are. They might as well be working with Stephen Hawking, Albert Einstein, and fucking Elon Musk. I don't fucking know.
I'm not saying that you to
But
underestimate them. I'm saying that like let's think realistically here, you know? Well, there's stuff going on here that they can't possibly stand up to. They're not nearly, you know, like, we will cut off their supply chains, and all of a sudden then they won't be able to supply their people with fucking food, you know? Like that kind of thing. And this is not that complicated. You know? Anyways. Excuse me. So, Wakanda has alien abduction machines in their flying saucers. And the Queen, Namor attacks, Wakanda because one of his people, one of the Atlanteans, got injured in the escape of Riri and Shuri, and like, so Namor decides, like, okay, well, you know, I held these people hostage. The next obvious step is definitely going to be me going there and killing a bunch of innocent people. Which is exactly what he does.
Like, speaking of people, is anyone still annoyed at Riri Williams despite her being at least, let's say, 25% more tolerable than in the comic books?
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Comic Riri Williams is insufferable. This one is just intolerable.
the comic book Riri Williams just makes me want to push her off a cliff. This one just makes me want to just punch her mouth, man. Just every time she talks, man, it's like the fact that she kept schematics of an actual Iron Man machine in a fucking garage out in the open and in the city. It's
Yeah,
like
so
you're not worried about anybody breaking in to try and steal money, only to find out, holy shit, there's an Iron Man suit. I'm gonna steal the tech and make millions. I think this is even more retarded than actually having her outright steal Stark
yeah,
tech.
hang on a second. Aren't Vulture's gang still around?
They should be.
Technically,
Like, I know that a bunch of them got sent to jail, and Vulture isn't technically in the main universe anymore. But
Because
like,
because Morbius ended up morbing too much.
yeah,
Morbin
Morbius
time.
morbed all over the timeline.
That movie should have been good.
I want a director's cut of that film because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't what it could have been, you know?
It should have been successful at least.
I mean, I will say though, like Jared
Like
Leto,
break,
and
it should have broke
Matt
even.
Smith killed it in that film.
People have been,
Anyways,
yeah, back to
so
the movie.
Namor attacks the palace, and the Queen tells Shuri, no, she tells Riri to run, rather than just running with her, and that leads to her dying.
Oh, great.
Yeah, also water
So we have
grenade.
2 funerals in one film, and
No one's gonna
M'Baku
bring up.
actually attends the Queen's funeral.
I mean, he was
The rest
there.
of the Jabari are there as well.
Yeah.
Still no explanation as to why M'Baku wasn't at T'Challa's, even though, you know, there's that whole thing between him and T'Challa about how he respected him. T'Challa spared his life, and he saved his in return. There was a really neat dynamic going on there that you guys threw away. Yeah.
Speaking of throwing away, those 2 other suits that
Yeah.
Black Panther's sister made. What the fuck were those things?
Yeah, where's the original Black Panther suit? Where's the one that Killmonger had? Where's the one that T'Challa had in the same film? Where are they, guys?
Probably in the coffin that he was buried in.
Yeah, well, you could have at least, like, kept the fucking suits.
Yeah, but I think the reason why they didn't was because let's be real. If you put on Superman's outfit, you know it ain't gonna fit. It's specifically made for Superman's build.
Yeah, I know, but this is a vibranium nanotech suit.
Yeah, that's also true. That's also true. Yeah, no, so this brings up another suit.
Yeah, so oh yeah, Everett
the
Ross also gets arrested by
that blue piece of shit.
by blue hair Elaine from Seinfeld, well, because somehow she bugged the beads, and
You
so
doesn't work that way.
yeah, I don't get that.
Bug the beads.
Yeah, the beads that he used to kind of get in contact. I skipped over that because it wasn't that important, really.
Shit.
They sequence the herb, and they do it with, like, T'Challa's DNA, and somehow the fibers grown in Not Atlantis from the bracelet that Namor gave Shuri are the key to 3D printing the fucking heart-shaped flower power. And
I really wish
only
that
doing
there
this
was
now rather than doing it between Infinity War and Endgame, or Civil War and now, or Black Panther and now, because why? Shuri was also working on a suit called the Midnight Angel, and then which is kind of shit.
yeah,
It's kind of neat, but it's also kind of stupid. Oh yeah,
Why do you
Riri.
sound like
So,
you're underwater?
the
because
Midnight
I was
Angels sound.
because I was speaking into my water bottle at the time.
Midnight
Right.
Riri
Angel sounds
somehow
like
manages to deduce that the source of Namor's power is that he can breathe air and water, and
welcome back.
like somehow that some I don't know how she came to that conclusion, but it's true. So yeah, Riri makes the Ironheart suit, all the while airbrushing without a gas mask on. Congratulations on your new lung cancer, Riri.
Yeah, that new Iron Man
And then
suit
they 3D
looks like a rejected armor for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie.
No, it's yeah, the
Featuring
Ironheart suit
Ivan
looks
Ooze.
yeah, the Ironheart suit is a fucking rejected Kamen Rider outfit. And it looks like one of those suits they would have built for one of those for a summer movie for a writer that is gonna cost like $300 and you can only get through Premium Bandai.
Something about it, man. It's just too sleek. Everything's too perfect
Yeah.
on that
Well,
thing.
it's also rudimentary. I'm not nearly as impressed by it as the one that Tony Stark built in a cave with a box full of scraps. Because she has
She
Riri
was given a
Williams.
Wakandan tech.
Yeah, Riri Williams has access to technology from what is called by the film the most advanced nation on Earth. And she comes up with something that isn't nearly as good as something that Tony Stark came up with when, like, there's no nanotech. It's not nearly as good as the Bleeding Edge from Infinity War and Endgame.
I think Riri had like a total of like what 3 weapons on her suit?
Yeah,
A
something
Mega
like that.
Buster, a chain gun, and what? Just her armor for like
It was
battering
piss
purposes?
poor. War Machine has more weapons on his suit.
Iron
And
Man's
he's-
prototype had more weapons.
Yeah,
I can see.
like the Mark
I can-
II. The Mark II had more weapons. The Mark I had more weapons, and they were more useful too.
Iron Man made a suit out of rock.
Yep. And let's see. Oh yeah, Shuri becomes the new Black Panther because she takes the juice. She gets all juiced up.
That part I am actually I was okay with, except for the fact that you're telling me that she went into like the Wakandan's equivalent of the afterlife to get her powers. She
And
doesn't meet.
She met
She doesn't meet.
fucking Killmonger.
Yeah, she doesn't meet her mom. She doesn't meet like a silent silhouette of the previous Black Panther, or even other Black
T'Chaka.
Panthers.
Why
in the
not her
past.
dad?
T'Chaka. Like, why not your own dad? You're seriously gonna have
Well, the guy who
Killmonger?
played T'Chaka's still alive. Get him. He
Well,
was in the last movie.
I think it's a bad sign when you're having Killmonger appear before you and not any of the other Black Panthers. You know, it's
yeah.
like saying, it's like going through the journey of a Jedi. You're about to earn that lightsaber. You're about to gain the powers of the Force. And instead of seeing silhouette of, let's say, Qui-Gon Jinn, Luke Skywalker, or Ben, any of the other Jedi worth noting, you see Darth Maul.
Not even Darth Vader, not even Darth Sidious, just the angriest looking motherfucker. Or actually,
Just the angriest guy who only exists in the comics just because fan demand brought him back to life.
That's awesome. But what I'm saying is, out of all, you're working your way to be a hero, and you're going like you're on like in the top level, and the only person that greets you is a villain. That's a bad sign, and I don't know why nobody else is talking about that. Like, oh, okay, Killmonger, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, but she's supposed to be the hero.
she also blames Killmonger for T'Challa's death.
No,
Like, T'Challa's not here because Chadwick is dead, and Killmonger spouts off bullshit about how T'Chaka would have killed Riri because he killed his brother, and that is
he would've
just
killed
so
her
many
from-
levels of bullshit. Because
No.
he killed his brother because he was defending what's his fucking name? Guy with the lazy eye.
Saint Meaner? Oh, wait a minute, wrong one.
Saw Gerrera. He played Saw Gerrera in Star Wars.
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
know.
Anyways, yeah, it's like that just led to my question: is this the real afterlife for them, or is this just some kind of hallucination?
I wouldn't say it's a hallucination. I really do think it's their way of meeting their old ones and like practically getting their blessing to continue on the Black Panther lineage. But it's still so weird to me. Like you don't you don't get any of the Black Panthers of the past or even more recently. You get Killmonger. That analogy of like working to be a Jedi only to see a hallucination of a Sith, that's relevant. I say that because Riri, well, she's supposed to, I was gonna say Riri Williams, the sister of Black Panther. I keep forgetting her name. Fuck off.
Shuri.
Shuri. Oh, yeah, there you go, Shuri. She's supposed to be the main hero of the movie, and she's supposed to carry on the legacy of the Black Panther. Why Why wouldn't she tell anybody that you just met the fucking villain from the previous movie in the afterlife? That should have been.
Yeah, and then
That's red flag number one. And then she
okay,
gets a second chance to tell someone. It's like, who did you really see? Because they know that she didn't meet her mother, her brother, her father, and
yeah.
she remains
By the way,
silent.
she only
That's red flag
sips.
number two.
Now she only sips a little bit of the Black Panther juice, of the Black Panther serum. And so when Riri asks, "Can I get some of that too?" once Shuri shows off that she does have the Black Panther powers, my question is, why aren't they just giving this to everybody?
I mean, I guess it's like, I guess it's, I
This is a
guess it's sort
situation
of,
of war.
I guess it's because you give everybody powers. You don't know what they're gonna do with it afterwards.
Yes, but we're in the middle of
For all
war.
yes, war, but not everybody can participate in war like the
Give it
usual
to your
war.
warriors then.
You're
Give it to M'Baku. Give
What
it
is
to
this conversation devolved
because
into?
let's say I get like a bunch of Compound V, and I go to the United States of America, and I tell everybody, my fellow Americans, there's an alien horde coming towards us. I'm gonna give you all Compound V. Oh, they say okay. Teenagers, adults, elders, maybe a few
no.
kids or
I'm not
something.
saying give it to just any fucking
But
buddy. I'm saying
here's what I'm
give it to
saying
like
though.
the
Here's what I'm
top
saying though.
candidates.
Yeah, well, there you go. Why not? That's why, because they have to be a top candidate. They have to be worthy of this stuff. Not like, oh, you have to have honor or something like that, or
Like go
it'll
hunt
only.
down old Steve Rogers and give that shit to him.
Well, he's old now. He's
Yeah,
not
but that might
old.
who the fuck knows? Maybe that'll undo the aging. Hey,
Did that?
let's give it a
Did
shot. We've got
that?
plenty of this shit. We can 3D
Well,
print it now.
that's also another problem. There's a lot of speculation. For all we don't know what's going to happen if we give this to like the bulkiest of the bulk or the shortest of the short. For all we know, it's going to kill the short guy, and for all we know, it's going to drive the
I mean,
guy
no, they
who's
know
like
how
a
the Black
bodybuilder into
Panther
madness.
juice works. The person they've been doing this stuff forever. For a very long time. They can make this work. They don't. This isn't a
Yeah,
problem. Like just
but now you're
give it to
bringing in
M'Baku.
strange.
Give it to the fucking guard. Give it to all kinds of people. Oh,
Yeah,
this
but you're
is
talking about
like
like
you're
complete
about to go to
strangers,
war with
not like guys who
Atlantis.
work. But these you're talking about complete strangers though, not like
Hi.
I'm
soldiers.
talking about. I'm not talking about complete strangers. I'm talking about like the people who like would be the candidates for Black Panther. Like
In the cool,
M'Baku.
guys, in the cool part of
Yep.
America, guys meet ins enough with the debate. Get back to the plot.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's see.
I'm just saying.
So
And like there's
I get
you,
it, but
there's still
at the same time, this is being derailed.
there's
Like I
plenty
said,
of
in the
there's
in the
plenty
cool
the
part of
juice.
America, guys means get on with it.
So
okay.
M'Baku says that Namor is as strong as the Hulk. I don't know how they came to that conclusion.
shit.
Somebody
Him?
said his only crime is intimidation, and which I have to say, he
No.
literally killed the sovereign of your nation.
He literally killed half of the populace in that small town.
Yeah, like Namor killed a bunch of innocent people and your leader. Fuck him.
Intimidation.
Like,
yeah, okay.
No. And then M'Baku says, like, he is a god to his people, and if you kill him, you risk eternal war. And I'm like, does that mean that we have to, like, give up? Because, maybe we risk eternal war, or maybe once we kill him and
Well, I
solve
mean,
this
if they see him-
situation, and they'll give up. Or maybe, two wrongs, maybe we can't just let him get away with assassinating our fucking queen like that, guys. Like, you were the voice of reason in the last scene, M'Baku.
I
I
think
get
that
what
was
you're
supposed to
trying
be
to
like
say,
a
but
common...
come on.
Yeah, okay.
And
I was
that
gonna
leads
say-
into... That kind of leads into the film Last of Us 2ing it. But we'll get there.
At least it wasn't a golf club.
It
At
was
least it
almost a
wasn't.
golf club. It was a spear.
At least it wasn't.
But...
At least it wasn't the character that we, like that much.
Anyways, if he is a god to his people, you risk eternal war. There are not enough of the Atlanteans or the Wakandans to actually fuel that. And the conflict itself will be ended in a weekend if the Avengers step in. You have an army. The Avengers have 2 Hulks, much as I am loath to admit that the She-Hulk series exists.
3, actually, if you want to count Hulk introducing his son.
Okay, 3. 4 if you want to count Abomination. 5 if you count the leader.
Well, they don't really get their powers from being angry.
I don't care. That's not the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, Shuri, one of my favorite aspects of the film is that Shuri builds her new Black Panther suit and integrates a bunch of the stuff that she built in the previous film into it, like her like laser guns that she has.
The cannons, yeah.
Those are nice. Those are a neat little addition. And
yeah, but they go away too
cool.
quickly. They go away too quickly, though. They
Yeah.
break like their cliche.
Every new thing that they have is completely underused. It's kind of like a modern Call of Duty game where they introduce a bunch of cool shit and then never again is it shown. Anyways, yeah, so there's this, they lure out Namor to this ship out in the middle of nowhere. And there's a cool-ish fight scene. Although there are a suspicious amount of women in it. For a movie that had shitloads of
male warriors.
Yeah, male warriors in the last 2 appearances as Wakanda. But and yes, the suspicious amount of women in joke is a Brooks Show reference.
Also, I'm a little
For those
disturbed.
of you who are EFAP fans out in the audience.
I'm a little concerned and confused why they decided to take a boat in the middle of the ocean to lure them away when Namor already gave them a means to communicate and lure them here into Wakanda. Yeah, they get that shell. Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. That shell. They could have easily brought in or lured in anybody in any time in Wakanda. They decided to pretend that never existed? You could have lured the Atlanteans right there and then in that same exact place that Namor appeared in Wakanda, and you decided to just cast that aside and pretend that he never gave you a shell and just go, yeah, let's just take that boat and go to the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
we'll
where
just wait a while.
We'll just wait a while and can summon whales.
Wake whales!
Whales!
Someone get him out of here.
I also have to bring up that this film uses a lot of slow motion that is that neither sets the tone nor adds emphasis or style to the film. There's just random slow motion scenes at time, and it doesn't help to, Zack Snyder uses it to reduce the amount of angles that you have to change between cuts, so he can disguise jump cuts and things like that. So it looks like one seamless, smooth take. But this film, just like random slow motion. No
Also,
reason.
I'm really
Random stuff. Tell me, have you had enough?
also I want to say this. Not having seen Aquaman yet, I'm really sick of any water-based or ocean-based, not just water, just ocean-based, as in like they live in they're practically Aquaman or Namor. I'm sick of ocean-based heroes or villains not taking advantage of the fact that they live in the ocean. Like, there's always jokes like, "Oh, he could talk to fish. Oh, he could talk to fish." Yeah, but he can communicate with any sea mammal.
Yeah.
Not once have I seen Namor summon a giant squid or get a bunch of sharks
Hang on a second.
or try to bludgeon someone to death with, like, let's say a rockfish. That's a thing. Look it up. That's a thing. Look it up.
I
A
believe
rockfish.
you.
But that's what I'm talking about, though. Is like, it sounds ridiculous, but when you look at it in the big of us as well as harm us.
Sorry, I was getting a phone call.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
just going on a tirade because of Namor just not using
Basically,
Namor just not using the full potential of the ocean in any scenario. Like I said earlier, like, oh yeah, we can joke about Namor or Aquaman, summoning plankton and fish and dolphins all we want. I mean, there's a reason why Robot Chicken rode the Aquaman mobile as long as they did, because the jokes write themselves. But have you ever once thought, okay, this guy lives in the ocean. There's millions, if not billions, of sea creatures in here. How are we not afraid of that? Like, this guy can summon a herd of sharks if he wanted to. This guy could summon a bunch of blue whales if he wanted to. This guy could literally just ask a pufferfish to land in his hand, and he could shove that pufferfish down your throat, tell that pufferfish with telepathy to puff up, and then your throat is just gone in seconds.
Basically, it's
The guy
basically
could literally bludgeon you to death with a goddamn rockfish. How is it these guys have not thought thoroughly how to use their powers of the ocean? Like, we're getting Beast Boy, we're getting Animal Man. They got a ton of land. Like, drag a guy against coral reefs. Like, put his head in one of those put a guy's hand into one of those miniature volcanoes to torture him. Or I don't know. Like I said, or maybe I don't know. Tell a stingray to smother someone to death. I don't know. You have so many ways to kill and attack people for when it comes to ocean creatures.
And
Just
then
as
they just
much
use
as
the whales as transportation and
yeah,
somehow bust
like
up the Wakandan ship. It's
no,
it's stupid.
like no tail whip or anything. You don't even get to see a killer whale munch on a Wakandan or try.
Yeah, the Wakandans declare victory the second Namor is captured. His people disable the ship and summon fucking whales to sink it with water bombs. Midnight
That's creative.
Angel shows up late into the fight for some reason. You know, it's basically just rescue, but more advanced than Riri's suit.
Okay.
The spear, there's a spear
I mean,
that gets
I
through,
wouldn't.
spear gets through the suit that that Shuri built, rather, despite Vibranium taking hits from Vibranium in the MCU before, like, you know, the last Black Panther movie. Remember that?
Yep.
Shuri gets stabbed through the abdomen. That doesn't stop her from flipping over top Namor somehow.
95-pound woman and defeats centuries old fish man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
she
you gotta
says
keep in mind.
Wakanda forever before setting
She
off
said the thing.
the engines of her ship on Namor, and then in Namor she like realizes, oh, you know, Namor's people are innocent too. They just want to live, and Namor should have maybe thought about that before he started killing innocent Wakandans and innocent Americans and things like that. Vengeance has consumed us for too long, even though Atlantis attacked people unprovoked.
Yeah, that's another thing I kind of really confused on. You finally beat your attackers. You finally beat the people that are practically dragging the Wakanda name through the mud. Why wouldn't you now tell their people that it was the Atlanteans? You have your proof.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure there's cameras on every piece of technology that is that is from Wakanda. You can't just have a moment where you tell your people, "Oh, it's Atlanteans." "Oh, what do you mean?" "Oh, they came from the ocean." "Oh, we don't believe you. Here's some pictures. Here's some photos." "Oh my God, I didn't know that was a thing. We believe you now. We're so sorry." Yada yada yada. What's
Yeah.
really we couldn't have a scene like that?
And then
At
after all
least,
that, they plant more magic flowers. Shuri rebuilds the car that got destroyed earlier in the movie instead of just using a 3D printer. Or she goes and grabs all of the parts out of the river.
oh, but it means a lot to her because
Go
it was
fuck
her
yourself.
dad's car.
Riri Williams had no impact on this movie and could have been cut entirely.
Yep.
Midnight Angel broke Ross out of jail, and I'm pretty sure she killed somebody when she did so.
Yeah, I
Other
mean,
than
she still
that,
has hope
yeah,
here.
movie was awful.
You know what's fun? You know what's funny though? You could easily see this as just another popcorn film. Just I know, like it's like one of my favorite movies, Small Soldiers. There's a lot of shit going on. There's supposed to be a message or two in there, but it's overshadowed by a lot of other shit that they're trying to tell you. A lot of the messages get lost because of it. They can't keep their plot straight. Something about it though, it makes me want to watch it again. The action scenes are still good. Special effects are tons better than the first movie, but while that's not saying much, still pretty good. The actors are really good. Even with the one for Riri Williams, she's trying. It's not her fault that Riri Williams is just such a despised character. She's trying.
Yeah.
It's like at the end of the day, while it is a bad movie, at worst, I would give it a high 70, maybe a 75.
I'm gonna go straight 50. Like, I've seen worse, but it's not good.
Like when we're talking popcorn films, though, I would give it like an 80.
No.
Popcorn. Like
No.
you don't care how bad it is, you don't care
No,
how worse off it is.
I've seen better popcorn films than this.
Like I'll put it right there, right beside Small Soldiers and Dragon Ball Evolution.
No.
Oh God,
Dragon Ball
no.
Evolution is awful.
Yes,
it's still fucking funny because of it. Like
They
have
wasted Chow Yun Fat in that film.
But he's still enjoyable though. I still
Yeah,
like the fact that he played
is.
Master Roshi.
Yeah,
He
he's
also has a point. It is
enjoyable.
pretty funny.
It's funny for all the wrong reasons, and I love it because of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, since we're done talking about Wakanda Forever, let's get back to the game. The game.
Here's what Brock
The
has
greatest
to say about
game of the gen.
Here's what Brock has to say, Kevin.
What?
No, Kevin. You're actually supposed to give the Pokemon a special kind of love.
No!
I mean, that depends. Is one of them
Look,
a
I'd do
ditto?
anything for love, but I won't do that.
Well, hold on though. That depends. Is one of them a ditto or a low punny?
No. And here's the thing, in Gizmo, I am currently going through the last 10 battles on Mount Battle, so after this session, or rather after this, I will be done with Pokemon Coliseum.
Got it. You have a Gardevoir.
I don't have a Gardevoir. You can't even get that in this game.
Get one.
I can't.
Get a ditto then.
I can't get one of those either.
Only bastard.
Dude, I'm still fucking.
I only have 48 options to pick from, Gizmo.
That's a Nintendo problem, not a you problem.
I don't have a trade option in this.
You know
Oh,
you could.
I don't know, man. Go off some random bitch because of his low punny then.
Do I
You want
look
some
like
eggs
a
with that
furry
ham?
to you?
Yes.
Why do you say that, Mr. Gizmo?
Your avatar is Beast Boy. He's the ultimate furry. He can transform
Nope.
into any animal. He can transform, and then the top ones are dog and horse.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
And Raven probably had one of those options the most.
Yeah, but here's the thing. And Gar, at the very least, would want to have sexual relations with a human, not a girl. Or not a,
You said it already too late. Not a girl.
Fucking hell. Oh, I meant to say... You know what I meant. And not...
You're
and
saying
not,
that Raven's not a girl? Raven's
No.
a fanboy now?
No!
Beast Boy goes to get... Beast Boy loves that bussy.
Fuck off. No. No. Well, at the very least, he doesn't want to fuck other animals. He wants to fuck people.
Well, then Raven's right there.
Yes, Raven is a half-human.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure she could take more than a human.
Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, the worst part is some people...
Some reason why Manimal has a wife.
And here's the thing.
That's all I'm saying.
And here's the thing. Animal Man sucks.
Bitch, you take that back.
Vixen is better.
Them's fighting words.
How is it fighting words when it's objectively true?
I want to fuck Vixen. That's one thing. But I want to be Animal Man. That's another.
Why would you want to be Animal Man? He's lame.
Bitches! He can take powers from any animal. That includes alien
that's
animals.
all he can do.
That includes alien animals.
He can't turn into an animal.
And
This
does he have
shit's
to?
going places.
Yes!
No! Dude,
Yeah.
there's a lot of weaknesses you have when you turn into an animal. The moment you turn into a dog, you're weak to sticks and you're weak to your own ass and nuts because you have the urge to lick them. Animal Man got none of that. The moment he gets the smell of a dog, he got the smell of a dog. The moment he got the strength of an elephant, he got the strength of an elephant. He don't have to turn into an elephant and then somehow be afraid of fucking 5-0 Mousekewitz when he gets to that size.
There are no cats in America, and the streets are paved with
I'm
cheese.
fed up with this fucking game. I'm gonna go.
Man, oh shit, I'll just use the power of an elephant. Yeah, smash that wall down. Mouse. Okay, whatever.
You're really just gonna...
Beast Boy, on the other hand, I'm gonna turn into an elephant. Boom, smash that wall down.
I got other stuff I gotta do right now, so.
Oh,
okay, then see you.
Sorry, excuse
Oh
me.
yeah,
Bye.
something.
Oh, come on. I wanted to show something off to you. I wanted to do like a line for you.
What?
No, feel free.
Like I said, I'm not going to do it. I said I was going to do it after the stream, but now that you're going to be leaving, and will I be able to talk to you after I'm done?
Find out on Dragon Ball Z.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, then I'll see you after